going through some changes, but we're here to stay.
We'll put in the work on the field and in the weight room, but we'll need your help off the field.
505 Sports Venture is leading the charge in the NIL space.
And you can be part of it.
Shorty, she better than all my intentions. Locked in, shorty, you got my attention. CEO, baby, I get you the business. Touchdown and pay you a visit.
If you're drunk, blasted, intoxicated, rip, plastered, destroyed, bruh. If you're like this, you shouldn't be driving.
God help America. I mean, God bless America.
Yes, of course.
That's what I meant.
Yes, I know.
Yeah. What a night, huh? Yeah, the draft. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Or the debate or whatever. Good morning.
Take your pick.
I know. Or USA losing to Panama in Copa America. What is up, Merry Friday, and welcome to our world. It's the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta. No JJ Buck today. Gato Roberto is in early. I said to you, how you doing? You said, I'm awake.
Yes.
I think that's a success, don't you?
It is for me at times. I get bounced around on my schedule.
Yeah, you do, man.
One day it's the night shift, and then the next day it's the morning shift. And
no, they kept you off of ice hopes last night, which was good. Topes were winning going into the ninth inning 7-2 last night, like they were cruising. And gave up 6 in the ninth and lost 8-7. They were undefeated in the second half and in first place. Dynamo. But we're going to be joined by their general manager coming up at 8 o'clock, John Traub's. Good. Looking forward to catching up with him on a lot of things. They got the Home Run Derby X coming up, how you can get involved with that. We've got Hall of Fame tomorrow night, Duke's Retro Night tomorrow night. So all that's going on out at the ballpark. Got a big one tonight, Western night. So we'll talk with John Traub coming up at 8 o'clock. 8:30, we go out to the San Diego Golf Club, and we'll talk golf with Nick Nee, the director of golf out there, get you a golf tip, talk about everything that's going on in the world of golf. Then Kenny Thomas is going to be in at 9 o'clock, and I want to catch up with him on a bunch of things. Obviously the draft, but they're putting together the TBT team, the basketball tournament team that will play in that winner-take-all $1 million tournament, and a team that is made up of New Mexico-related players. Bryce Alford's on the team, and a lot of former Lobos, Jared Giddens. So we're going to get into it with Kenny about how you put it together, what they're looking for, and now that they're doing this for another year, and they seem to advance and get better every year, they already know who their first-round matchup is against. It's against Forever Broncos, or once a Bronco, I think is what it's called, the group of former Boise State players. That'll be in Houston on July 19th. So we'll get into all that with him, and it's looking forward to talking to Kenny coming up at whatever time I told you, 9 o'clock. I got stuff to give away, too, at some point. And I'll let you. Yeah.
I want to jump back just a little bit to the game tonight. I think it is. More cowbell.
Is that tonight?
I believe it is. The first 3,000 fans get a cowbell.
All right.
I think so. We have to ask John about that.
Beautiful. All right. Coming up, let's do this at, I don't know, I'm thinking 8:30. You want to give away 2 tickets, a day to remember the least anticipated album tour? Do that at 8:30.
Okay.
You look at me like you have no idea, man.
No, I don't.
I
will figure it out.
I think we got tickets to give away to that. All right. I really don't want to talk about the debate. I don't think you do either. But, I mean, you know, I imagine that's what's going on next door over at News Radio KKOB.
It was when I was driving in.
What was it?
Yeah,
a
little bit.
Let me just tell you something. No, I'm not.
I didn't watch it.
You didn't
I never
watch
have.
it?
No, I never have watched any of the debates.
So that didn't interest you at all?
No. And in fact, there's a little email that I get. It's from Poll King. And they just ask a simple
That's
yes or no
P-O-L-L,
question.
not P-O-L-E.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they just ask a simple yes or no
Do you
question.
give a bleep?
And the question was, will the debate change your mind?
No.
And only 13% of the people that responded said yes.
That's not what people watched it for, although I wonder what the result would be now.
Yeah.
I think people watch, like JJ said, no, man, I'm going to the gym and I'm going to go do my Thursday night thing. And like, it's just entertainment. I'm like, absolutely.
Yeah.
I absolutely. And I don't know if it was entertainment or just flat out, holy bleep.
Yeah.
This is what we got.
I
I mean, this is what we got. It was stunning. It was, good God have mercy. But this is what we got. At least as of now, this is what we got.
Yeah.
Um,
I'd much rather talk about the draft.
Yeah, let's go. Oh, well, we got the second round was yesterday, and I don't know, how you feel about Kyle Filipowski going to the Utah Jazz or whatever. It's all about Bron. And LeBron James's son was drafted number 55 by the Lakers to play with his dad. And you saw it coming. I mean, you read this one with Braille. This was easy, right? There had never been, up until now, a father and son duo play in the NBA at the same time, let alone on the same team. And now this first father-son pair is set to teammate with the Lakers. LeBron James' son, Bronny, was the 55th pick in the draft. And you knew this was going to happen. The only way it wasn't going to happen was if somebody jumped in front of him. I mean, I saw Tim Legler somewhere yesterday, and this is kind of what I was saying, but he said it way better. The Celtics had the pick right before the Lakers. And if this was back in the day, Danny Ainge, the general manager back in the day, or just when the Celtics-Lakers rivalry was as intense as it was, the Celtics would have drafted Bronny James right before, just to say, come and get him. Yeah. And like Legler said, and I had to send him a note, we got your son. And held him, as JJ said, held him ransom. He's like, what are they going to do, hold him ransom? I'm like, yeah, kind of. We got your son. It's going to take a couple $1 million and Austin Reeves, and you can have Bronny back. Otherwise, we can't. We're keeping your kid. But nobody did.
That would have been fun to watch the game.
It would have been sheer entertainment, but nobody did it. And Rich Paul, the agent for LeBron and for Bron, played this out, and there was a report. It was Bob Myers, the former general manager of the Warriors, who's now a commentator on ESPN, said that Rich Paul, the agent for Bronny James, was on the phone telling all these teams, do not pay Bronny. That, we're not going to sign, that I'll take him. He'll play in Australia. He's not going to play for you. They forced this thing to the Lakers. And this is what Bronny wanted. Look, Bronny James, by every account, not mine, not any partial account, not by any partisan, by every account, is not ready to play. And, okay, he was picked fourth to last in the NBA draft. Not every guy is ready to play. But you pick prospects. This is a whole nother thing. And I'm not even certain I got a problem anymore with LeBron running that franchise. They had a head coaching search that went on for, 5 weeks or whatever it went on. And I think everybody knew they were going to hire LeBron James's podcast partner. J.J. Redick had never coached. J.J. Redick was the front runner from the beginning. J.J. Redick was the guy that LeBron wanted. Oh, but LeBron had nothing to do with this. Is what it was. And they made a run at Danny Hurley, but they hired LeBron James' podcast. Okay, he's the new head coach. He's 40 years old. J.J. Redick seems to be bright. J.J. Redick knows basketball. He was a good commentator. Steve Kerr was a good commentator. He turned into a terrific head coach of the Golden State Warriors, and they won. They went on a dynastic run in the last decade. Okay. All right, fine. And this is what was going on, and LeBron's mom was there, and his wife was there. They had the whole family together. And the Lakers picked LeBron James Jr., Bronny James. LeBron James Jr. averaged about 4.5 points a game at USC in his freshman year. LeBron James Jr. had, right about a year ago, just a couple days over a year ago, that cardiac problem, a heart issue that had him in the hospital, didn't know if he was going to play again. Certainly that limited his play. And LeBron gets what he wants, and that's fine. You know what? It doesn't even bother me anymore because I've come to the point where LeBron's earned it. If Michael Jordan was going to do this, would we have a problem? Maybe we would. I don't know. But I guess when you get to a certain point 20 years in and you are one of the best players to ever have played, and some of you believe he's the best. I don't, but okay. That you've earned the right to have an extra roster spot. You get your roster spot and you get another one. And to use that other roster spot, you utilize it on your son. Okay. I want to get into a bunch of different angles on this stuff. And I'm going to ask you, and I'm going to ask for a little bit of help today. Because I want as many perspectives as we can get. A, does it bother you? Nepotism's all over this league. You got guys, kids coaching their general managers, their owners, their whatever. They're all over the National Basketball Association and all over sports, and probably all over business, right? Jerry Jones's kid is going to take over the Cowboys. I'm almost over that. Is it best for the kid? What would be the best situation for Bronny James? Now, you might tell me, yeah, it's best because it's the only way he would get to the NBA. And Rich Paul's going to get him a 4-year guaranteed contract. And so whether he's good enough or not, whether he goes back and forth with the G League or not, and then he will spend time with the Lakers. What I think they should do is just put him on the court opening night, whoever they play against, put him in the third quarter, get him on the floor for a few minutes. There's your history. We got the video. And there's Bronny to LeBron, or LeBron throws an alley-oop to his dad, and they hug, and there's mom, and okay, done. We get it out of the way. Now he can go play for the South Bay Lakers in the G League and get better. Because the bottom line is Bronny has to get better. Okay? He knows that. His dad knows that. Everybody in basketball knows that. Bronny James, Daddy just got him into Harvard. Now he's got to make grades, right? Daddy got you the job. Now you got to perform. And he's not good enough now, and maybe he will, maybe he won't be in the NBA. 6'1", he can't create off the dribble. I don't know who he's going to guard. He didn't play point guard in college. At 6'1", he's going to have to. Like, there's a lot of things he needs to become better at. How do you get better sitting on a bench, traveling the country, making money, hanging with your dad in the Lakers, as opposed to playing in the developmental, right? So the Lakers are going to have to play him down there. Is this best for him? Secondly, and I want your thoughts on this, and I want you to think about it during the break and put yourself in these shoes. I don't know that there's a problem if a parent helps a kid in a situation. I had this conversation with somebody the other day. If you've worked hard enough to get to a place where you can pull some strings for your kids, right? If you've worked where you've set up your network, you're in a position where you can help your child get into something or whatever, get a job, get into a school, whatever. I don't think it's dirty. And in fact, somebody put it to me this way the other day, and I thought I've never heard it this way, and it was really good. If you've worked that hard to get yourself in that situation, the people who have probably been, what's the opposite of beneficiary? Hurt by it are your kids, right? You were probably working hard and weren't around for your kids.
Yep.
Right? So if you put yourself in that position, and LeBron James has been traveling, he wasn't there for his kids all the time just because of the nature of his job. And so if there was someone who felt the brunt of it, you working to get to this position where you could open a door. Your kids felt the brunt of it, and if they're now going to be the beneficiary of it, then I don't know, you don't necessarily owe it to them, but you shouldn't feel bad about it. So I don't have a problem with that. But how does LeBron James Jr. feel? How does Bronny feel? When he walks into that locker room in training, in 2.5 weeks, they're going to have the Summer League in Vegas when he walks onto that team. whether or not you believe this is true, the majority of the players in that locker room are going to go, damn, dude, you're here because you're.
Yeah. And he's going to know it too.
How does he feel? Would it be better for him to go to the Hornets, the Jazz, pick any team outside of this one and go do it on his own? I don't know the answer.
I think he should have gone to a different team and made it on his own. He would know for certain that it's his ability, not his dad's ability to get him the job.
Yeah.
And that's always going to be with him.
Well,
unless he improves enough that he actually does make it on the team in a year or two.
Look, Daddy's going to be around for a year or two, maybe.
And maybe Daddy, that's what he wanted. He wanted him where he could still coach him a bit in the developmental league.
And that's the third part of this. I want you to think about it. Who's this for? Is this for the Lakers? Really? Is this for LeBron James Jr.? Is this for Bronny, or is it for LeBron? And is LeBron more focused on, and I don't know the answer, I'll ask the question though, more focused on winning another championship or setting up his kid? I got a lot out there for you. I got a lot of thoughts on it because there's so many tentacles to this. The number's 505-246-0610, area code 505-246-0610. Come on in. I want your thoughts on LeBron James Jr. now, or Bronny, as a Laker, and talk to me. What would be best? Is this good for the kid? Is it great for the dad? Is it good for the Lakers? Because so many of you are Lakers fans. It's the opening drive. Jeff Sabieta and Gato Roberto on 95.9 FM at AM 610 Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
What's going on? Who are you guys?
Well, sir, I'm going to pick you up at the DWI checkpoint for drunk driving.
And that's when I have to come down to get you out of jail.
Well, temporarily. I'm Judge Torres.
They call him the Hammer. Hey, hot off the presses, champ.
I'm real proud of you, honey.
Way to make them happy back home, Captain. Who's that? That's your new buddy in jail.
Young driver, this one. Hard to get her out. She'd been drinking. This one. Both of them gone. They'd been drinking, and he drove clear off the road. This was my family. Drunk driver hit us. And my wife and our daughter, they didn't make it.
Hey, look! It's Dwight Goodman!
Boom! This place is hot. Let's see if anyone needs my help. How about I drive you madman home, huh?
I got this, Dwight. I'm the designated driver. Boom.
Sweet. Does anyone need Dwight's help getting home tonight?
No thanks, Romeo. I've got a taxi all lined up.
Drive safe, Dwight.
Boom! Boom!
These days, it's important to know people and businesses you can trust. There's a lot of places where you can buy a vehicle, but there's only a few local dealerships where you'll find honest people who have your best interests in mind. And Fiesta Kia is one of them. We've been helping our neighbors save money and drive dependable cars for years, and we'd love to help you. With new Kias arriving daily, you'll love our selection and the peace of mind you'll get driving a Kia from Fiesta. So stop by and see us today at Fiesta Kia on Lomas, or just start driving now at fiestakia.com.
Burglary takes place in the United States approximately every 15 seconds. International Protective Service is your answer for commercial and residential security in all of Albuquerque. IPS will work with your monitoring company for fast, reliable response times. You can rest easy knowing you, your family, or your company is watched over by International Protective Service. Call International Protective Service today.
Young driver, this one. Hard to get her out. She'd been drinking. This one. Both of them gone. They'd been drinking, and he drove clear off the road. This was my family. Drunk driver hit us. And my wife and our daughter, they didn't make it.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Hi, I'm Steve.
The Sports Animal.
All right, I guess maybe we're jumping ahead a little bit, and maybe a little premature. LeBron James Sr. is not officially a Laker. You see, he does have until Saturday at 5 p.m. Eastern to opt into or out of his final year of his Lakers contract, or he can become an unrestricted free agent. And Bob, the anticipation is he's going to opt out of his deal so he can get a new one. Now,
after he just got his son into the team.
Correct.
Okay.
So, but you can understand, because if he opts in, he's only going to make $51.4 million next season.
Oh, poor baby.
Right? So if he opts out and becomes an unrestricted free agent, then he can get a 3-year, $162 million deal and keep him with the brand.
Well, money does talk.
I mean, so look, there's a chance. LeBron, there's no chance. LeBron's got the opportunity to become an unrestricted free agent. Lakers are focused on retaining him. They're willing to offer. He's 39 years old. They're willing to offer him the max, 3 years, $162 million. What is that? So what's 6 times 3? What's 5 times 3 is 15, plus there'd be 1 and 2. So 5 goes into 12. I mean, that's what, $53 million a year. So, but he's guaranteed. Then it would guarantee him not just the $51 million this year, but the $162 million.
Yeah.
I mean, what was
money talks.
When was the last time you were in a position you said, "No, I'm good. I don't want your $51.4 million. I'm going to opt out and take my."
I'd be happy if I got a bit of a raise
once. All right,
yeah.
So there is that. But all that said, he's opting. I mean, would that be something if after all this, he says, "Yeah, no, I'm out. I'm going to Charlotte. I'm going back to Cleveland. I'm going to Miami. Whatever." So I got the questions are: is this best for Bronny? How does Bronny feel? I mean, I know he's stoked, and I know it's what Daddy wants. Is it what he wants and what's best for him? And is LeBron's focus going to be winning a championship or setting his kid up, or do you believe he's going to be even more focused now because he wants his kid to get a championship too. Lenny, what thinks you? Good morning. You're on the Sports Animal.
Hey, good morning. How you doing? So this was just a shocking development that the Lakers ended up picking LeBron.
Stunning. Yeah.
I was just shocked that is the start. I don't know if the NBA actually did their 2-day draft just to make the second day about Bronny and for ratings.
Because I don't think anybody else got drafted yesterday. It was all about number 55.
But let's just look at something else that in the draft that didn't go or is a head scratcher. Okay. Milwaukee taking a player from the New Zealand Professional League that averaged a whopping 4 points a game.
Right.
He's 19. Who's the kid that came out of the stands that was a 45th projected pick or top pick, and he gets taken in the first round?
There were a couple of kids that came out of the stands. I think Ryan Dunn did, or Dylan.
Okay. Then you get someone like the Lakers who get a gold mine that lands on their lap with Connect.
With Dalton Connect. No.
Okay,
no.
Because why do we not want to take a kid who's 23 that's done everything right, grinded his way through from nothing to become the college player of the year?
That one is so stunning to me, and it's what you said. Here's a guy that was SEC Player of the Year, first team All-American. A guy that came up through junior college, played at Northern Colorado, went to Tennessee, fell out of the sky at Tennessee, took the SEC by storm, can shoot, can ball, can play, by every account has a really good character, but slipped and slipped and slipped, and all the analysts said, well, it's because he's 23 years old. Holy smokes, I got a guy who's 23 years mature, who's ready to play, as opposed to a kid who's 19 and might not be. I'm with you 1,000%. I don't understand it for my life.
And if you have teams that dislike the Lakers with the other players around them, wouldn't you do everything to prevent the Lakers from getting another cheap starter?
And I think they did. And you know, when it came down to 16, I thought it was either McCain or Connect for the 76ers. They took the point guard out of Duke. And either way, I thought the Lakers were going to be in a good spot. And I think they got the better player. I do. And they got what they needed.
They got a top 10 player at 17.
And they got what they needed, which is a shooter and a guy who could score. They don't have a shooter, and now they do.
No, he's just plug and play. I mean, didn't they say after the draft pick, J.J. Redick was already drawing up plays on the whiteboard?
Yeah, because he's just like J.J. Redick, by the way. I mean, this is a bigger, maybe even better J.J. Redick. Yeah.
And then Memphis taking Zach Edey at 9.
At 9. That was a big reach, too. Boy, was that
That's a huge reach.
Yep.
And he's going to probably start next year.
Okay, will he finish?
But no, he won't. I mean, I like him from where he was, because last year they didn't even know if he was going to be a second-round pick.
Right.
But I thought maybe he would be 15 to 20, not 9.
Yeah, I agree.
9, you need to hit sometimes a home run. You don't want to end up with an Anthony Bennett.
Well, that's not one. That was an all-time colossal miss.
So, and then now let's get into the real of Bronny James.
Yeah.
Now, let's go with LeBron first. He opted out. He signed his new deal, but once he agrees not to do once he agrees to a no-trade clause, he has to take, I think, $1 million less a season.
Okay. So he makes
There's Bronny's salary, pretty much.
He makes $159 million instead of $162 million. All right.
Right.
Okay.
But Bronny, being on the Lakers bench and sitting every night, even if you're in practice with the Lakers, with their development keepers, with your dad after game, is not the same as playing every night in the G League.
It's been my point for weeks on this. How is he getting better? So maybe he's
going to get worse, and they're stunting his growth by doing this.
That's been my point. And so I got to believe that he goes back and forth. He will play, and I would get it out of the way opening night. I would put him out there middle of the third quarter, and you know, whoever they're playing, or second game of the season when Charlotte's in town or the Wizards, and put him out there and get your video and have him throw alley-oop to his dad and play 6 minutes. Get that out of the way, and then go down to South Bay and let him play.
Because otherwise, if he stays on the bench, his career's over before he can begin.
Well, because he's not. Once his daddy's gone, he's got no value.
Right, and then if his dad plays 3 years now, the other brother will be entering the NBA, who's better than Bronny and actually is a real NBA prospect.
That's what I understand. But daddy's going to be gone at that point. He might be in the front office, or he might own a team in Vegas. Of that.
Daddy might just stay one more year and play at a league minimum just to play with the other son as well. But the bad point is, I feel bad for Bronny because at the end of the day, his dad is pulling the strings.
Yeah, and is it best for him? And that's what I keep asking. Would he be better? I don't know. Like, let's just say Indiana, with those 2 picks, Indiana had it, I think it was 49 and 50 or 50 and 51. What if Indiana would have taken it, right?
What if, I mean, I like the Knicks pick at, they got it 54.
Yeah, the very last.
Or towards the end, but they had 2 first, they had a 38 and a 51, I think, with the trade that they
Knicks
made.
had 51, where they got Melvin, what is it, Ajinka?
Right.
Out of France.
And the reason they might not have taken Bronny is because the 38th pick, they ended up with a really good shooting guard.
Because these guys are better. They're better than Bronny. The guys on the board are better. They can go
I know they are. But LeBron did no benefits for his son.
We'll see. All right, man. That's great to
so
hear.
you guys have a good weekend.
Yeah.
And then the trades that we didn't see during the draft are going to start then next week because next year's draft is much better. And I think the first chip to fall will be Paul George to Philadelphia.
Well, if he wants to go east, he keeps saying he doesn't want to go east.
Yeah, but because of the age 38 rule, the Clippers can't give him any more than 4 years. So if they're going to haggle with him and not offer him more than what they gave Kawhi at $3,150, and Philly says we're going to give you 4 and 160 something, and look who you get to play with.
All of a sudden, I go east because I got that money. All right, I got.
And then you don't have the headache of James Harden.
Yeah, no, which is a huge headache. All right, man, enjoy the weekend.
All right, have a good weekend.
All right, if you're there, stay there. I want to get you. I want your thoughts on this. It's really interesting conversation. 505-246-0610. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports Animal.
This report is sponsored by Rumble.
Stucker here for Dr. Robert Melendez and the Juliet Eye Institute. You may remember me like this, but no more. The glasses are gone. I tossed them months ago because of a brand new procedure from Dr. Melendez known as RLE, Refractive Lens Exchange. The latest technology, the best eyesight I've ever had in my life, and you can check it out by clicking on the link in the description right here.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
What's going on, Lobo Nation? Ja'Cory Krosky-Miller here.
And I'm Devin Dampier. The Lobo football team's going through some changes, but we're here to stay.
We'll put in the work on the field and in the weight room, but we'll need your help off the field.
505 Sports Venture is leading the charge in the NIL space.
And you can be part of it.
Shorty, she better than all my intentions. Locked in, shorty, you got my attention. CEO, baby, I get you the business. Touchdown and pay you a visit.
Teenagers love a party, especially during prom and graduation season. Often, alcohol is involved. Some parents think that hosting a party with alcohol in their home will keep the kids safe, but it's wrong and it's illegal. As a parent, to allow your teenagers' underage friends to consume alcohol on your property is a felony. Parents who host lose the most. Don't be a party to teenage drinking.
This is a program of the Drug Free Action Alliance. For more information, go to burnco.gov/do-not-host.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We aren't all born with the same opportunities. But it's the people who care that change everything.
Get ready, Sprout, get ready.
My coach, my teacher, my older sisters, my grandma, my brother, my tutor, my dad, and my mom.
As New Mexicans, it's up to all of us to do our part.
So that no child goes without love.
And no family has to do it all on their own.
They're all our children. Every single person is called to make a difference in the life of a child.
It's up to all of us to do our part.
To pull together.
Pull together.
Pull together.
To make New Mexico the best place to be a kid.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Talking about Bronny James, if you want to get in on Panama beating the USA 2-1 in Copa America. Tim Weah got a red card early. They played a man down, a late Panamanian goal. Now USA is going to need to win their final game to advance out of the group stage. You can get in on that. Dan says on the emails, Bronny James equals Judge Mershon, Jeffrey, no Juan Jose y returning Gato Roberto. The fix was in. We all knew what the outcome was going to be before the game started. Bourne says, what just happened here, Jeff? First of all, Bobcat sounding good. There you go. Got fans. Last night I was going to watch that mess, or I wasn't going to watch that mess, so I went to bed early with Isotopes holding a commanding lead. The morning paper, it says Salt Lake won the sports stadium. What the heck? Yep. The Bees scored 8 times in the 6th, beat the Topes. Topes still in first place. We'll talk to the big dog, general manager John Traub, coming up top of the hour. Edward, good morning. Thanks for holding here on the Sports Animal. Good day, sir.
Good day, sir. It's nice to hear Bobcat. Bobcat's one of my favorite guys.
Yep.
I like the nostalgia.
Yeah, it's quality.
I love him.
Yeah.
Thanks, Edward. Checks in the mail.
That's right.
I mean, it won't be for much, but I mean, it's in the mail. The stamp might be worth more than the check. But
you know, Bobcat, what I tell people, be who you are, just be consistent. That way I know what to expect. Yep. So I appreciate who you are.
Well, thank you, sir.
So,
bye.
Goodbye.
Hey, so these monkey slaps, the U.S. men's national team, with all the technology and advancements and hype and social media, and they go out and get punked by Pan. So, Jeff, I was going to ask you, if they lose their next game, they can't qualify for the Gold Cup, right?
Yeah, Copa America.
For the World Cup. Yeah.
Well, okay. I don't know about the World Cup stuff. Is this a World Cup? I should know, and I just don't, man.
Hey, you know what? Panama puts their shorts one leg at a time, and they fake injuries just like everyone else. So everybody's out there competing. I give them credit.
Yeah, except for you got Tim Weah slugging one of them in the back of the head 10 minutes in and getting thrown out of the game, and you're playing down. It's a problem.
Hey, outside of the Canal and their men's soccer team, great Van Halen song from 1984. That's right. Hey, so I told you earlier in a text, I think LeBron should call LeVar Ball. They should sign all the Ball brothers, pick up Bronny, pick up Bryce in a couple of years.
And let LeVar coach the team.
Let LeVar coach, because you know why?
He's undefeated.
He's never lost.
Never lost. He's undefeated. Never lost.
Undefeated. And so, I know I could already predict what's going to happen in the NFL this year because the NFL and the NBA are registered under entertainment leagues. They're for entertainment purposes primarily. So yesterday I turned the TV on, and outside of the lead stories from every sports, ESPN and Fox, it was LeBron. They stopped talking about Brady. It was LeBron, and then the second lead was Bronny James. Now he's leading the sports talk radio shows. Yep. So I think it's fascinating. I think it's pretty interesting.
Look, first of all, there was
ahead,
a slate of baseball last night, second round draft, and a 2-1 soccer game. Or we could talk about the debate if you like. like the LeBron James story is fascinating, and it's fascinating on so many levels. You got what you think is the best player ever in the history of the game, but certainly one of the top 10 players in the game.
Sure.
His son, the guy's running a team, and if you watch what happened, they're telling you that he had nothing to do with his buddy becoming the head coach, and it wasn't because of it's his kid that we drafted Bronny. It's because he's a great prospect. I mean, come on. If you tell I don't even have a problem with it anymore. I just wish you would tell me, yeah, that's what LeBron. We're trying to keep LeBron happy. But you can't say that because you got to keep AD happy. And it is what it is. I just wonder, is it best for the kid, right? Like, how does that young man feel? And then the 30 for 30, 10 years from now, 20 years from now, is going to be fascinating.
Well, I agree. It's a valid point. My last point, Jeff, and you've been benevolent with your time this morning, is I saw a meme about the NBA draft. I'm a devastatingly handsome guy. I'm in my 50s, but I'm in pretty good shape. If you put a lineup of this year's first-round draft picks, I think I could beat probably 75% of them up in a fight.
I don't think.
And I'm serious. I think I could fight each one of those guys and probably beat them up.
Because they're skinny?
Big, that's the state of the NBA. Hey, Jeff, have a great weekend. Bobcat, checks in the mail. You guys have fun.
Yeah, I don't know, man. My money would still probably be on the 6'9" skinny French athlete. But, I mean, Edward is devastatingly handsome and in great shape. And evidently still pulling like crazy. Just ask him. But my money might still be on the French first-round pick.
You think so, huh?
I mean, I'm on the pro athlete or I mean,
yeah.
I don't want to doubt the man, but if I gotta make a pick, I gotta make a pick. All right,
you're forced into it.
It's 505-246-0610. That's where your texts are coming in and your phone calls. You can get in on that when we come back. I mean, some of you care. This Copa America thing, I guess. I don't guess. I know it is a big. And USA got beat by Panama. Coach is calling the decision, the red card, a silly decision. What it means and where they go now, it's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports Animal.
This report is sponsored by FEMA.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Hi, my name is Daniel Chavez, and this is my business partner, David Chavez. We are the owners of Indeed Safety. Indeed Safety is a local safety consulting company helping our clients with their safety needs for their projects.
One of the things we pride ourselves as a construction safety company is helping our men and women in construction get home safe every day to their families. Indeed Safety is a proud supporter of ProView Network.
Young driver, this one. Hard to get her out. She'd been drinking. This one. Both of them gone. They'd been drinking, and he drove clear off the road. This was my family. Drunk driver hit us. And my wife and our daughter, they didn't make it.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Sweet Rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Teenagers love a party, especially during prom and graduation season. Often, alcohol is involved. Some parents think that hosting a party with alcohol in their home will keep the kids safe, but it's wrong and it's illegal. As a parent, to allow your teenagers' underage friends to consume alcohol on your property is a felony. Parents who host lose the most. Don't be a party to teenage drinking.
This is a program of the Drug Free Action Alliance. For more information, go to burnco.gov/do-not-host.
If you're drunk, blasted, intoxicated, rip, plastered, destroyed, bruh. If you're like this, you shouldn't be driving.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Hi, I'm Steve Stucker here for Dr. Robert Melendez and the Juliet Eye Institute. You may remember me like this, but no more. The glasses are gone. I tossed them months ago because of a brand new procedure from Dr. Melendez known as RLE, Refractive Lens Exchange. The latest technology, the best eyesight I've ever had in my life, and you can check it out by clicking on the link in the description right here.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
If you're drunk, blasted, intoxicated, rip, plastered, destroyed, bruh. If you're like this, you shouldn't be driving.
Animal. All right, so Edward asks, is Copa America qualifier for the World Cup? So the 2026 World Cup, expanding to 48 teams, will be played across the United States, Mexico, and Canada. The way I understand this is the three host nations, the United States, Mexico, and Canada, are exempt. They get teams in because they're hosting. So their teams are in. That will leave the region's remaining 32 eligible members to vie for 3 automatic berths and then 2 spots in the international playoff. CONCACAF's World Cup qualifiers kicked off in March of this year. And then there's the Nations League, and then there's Copa America this year and Gold Cup qualifying next year and all that. But U.S. will be in because, well, not only because, but maybe only because they are a host nation. Now, Copa America, they play this. How about being in Atlanta last night? So at Mercedes-Benz Stadium, they had 60,000 or whatever they had for USA versus Panama in the Copa. And you had all the roads were shut down because of motorcades, because Trump and Biden were there they both flew in. So mid to late afternoon, and the World Cup game ended at 6-hour time. So that's 8 their time. So it probably started right around 6 o'clock. And so everybody's trying to get in there about 4:30, right as Trump and Biden were trying to get into CNN. How about the gong show cluster bleep that must have been trying to get around Atlanta, Georgia?
I would not have wanted to be an Uber driver.
I was thinking of you, man. All right, let me call Bobcat. I need a ride. Surging.
Boy.
Yeah, right?
You sit in traffic for so long, and time is money when you're an Uber driver.
Right. Oh, that's right.
Taxi driver, any kind of, time is money.
Yeah, let's go. I want to get on to the next one.
Yeah. Doesn't work.
All right, USA loses 2-1. Tim Weah had a red card, a straight red card. He apologized to his teammates. If you look at the video, dude just the 18th minute extended his right hand and popped Panama's Roderick Miller in the back of the head. Just like slugged him. They went to the video because the referee didn't see it. And if you were watching the broadcast, it's like, whoa, there's a collision over there. Oh, well, we expected this to get a little chippy. And then you're like, oh, dude punched him. I mean, there's no other way to look at it. Berhalter's the coach of Team USA. Quote, we talked beforehand about the tendencies of this referee. We knew what he's capable of, and to be honest, I think we played right into his hands. And we made that decision, I think, pretty easy. Tim got bumped, he got checked, and he reacted. He apologized to the group, and I think he understands what a difficult position he put the group in. Nonetheless, it happened, and as a result, we lost this game. We're going to have to move on and figure out how to win the next game, end quote. Look, with all due respect, sir, I don't care what the tendencies of the referee are. You slugged a dude in the head. In that game, now if this was hockey, you get 2 minutes for fighting, and we or 5 minutes for fighting, or 2 minutes for roughing, and we move on. In this particular game, he pulls a little red card out of his pocket, and you go away. That's just how this is. I mean, how is this about the tendencies of the referee?
How about the tendencies of the player?
Thank you. Panama scored late and got the result. Now USA is going to have to beat Uruguay, who's at the top of this group. And they're going to be in a tiebreaker situation with Panama, assuming they both win. Now, if they both win, then it'll go to point differential and points. But holy smokes, they're in a tough spot and may not move on. Tim Weah said a moment of frustration led to an irreversible consequence. And for that, I am deeply sorry to my teammates, coaches, family, and our fans. Moving forward, I am committed to learning from this experience, not allowing an opponent to provoke me, and working to regain the trust and respect of my team and supporters. No matter what, I will always fight for my team and my country till the day I'm no longer needed or capable to. I sincerely apologize to everyone. My love for this team goes beyond just football, and I'm so sad and angry at myself for putting my brothers through what they went through last night.
That excuse sounds like something I said when I was 9.
Well, I just, you know what? Were you provoked? I'm fine. Then he won. If the dude provoked you, he wins. You popped him in the head. Okay, he got hit, and you're out. You got to play a man down, and they win. In a big international competition. It's not like game 27 of the NBA season where you got thrown out. This is one of these big international tournaments that they mean a lot to a lot of people. This is a big deal for Team USA and U.S. national soccer. And I was provoked, and I'm going to learn from it. I don't know, man. If I'm the coach, how do I put that dude back out? How do I trust him? With all due respect, in a big international game like this, with so much on the line. Tyler Adams, the midfielder, he defended Weah. And I guess this is only the second red card of Weah's career. Quote, you never mean to get a red card under no circumstances. He's not that type of person. He apologized to the team in respect to the rest of the team because they fought for every single ball, every single duel, every single minute. We still created chances after going down to 10, so it shows our quality and all to play for in the last game. All right, you lost. You lost. And look, I'm not telling you Panama's bad. JJ's knows so much more about this than I do. I asked him yesterday, how's Panama? He said, well, I mean, they're better than whoever the hell they beat the other day. All right. But yeah, for those of you who this matters to, I'd love your thoughts on it because I know this is a big deal in the soccer world. I know this is a big deal for the U.S. national team. Is it on the coach? Is it on, I mean, obviously it's on the player, right? And then it got crazy, man. The yellows were just flowing towards the end of it. I watched the back end of this last 45 minutes. Plus ghost time, hocus pocus time. But yeah, Panama had 72.5% possession time. They outshot the Americans 13-6, and they got a chance late, and they took advantage of it, and they put one in. And good night now, and Team USA is going to have to figure something out late in this game. Fajardo with the goal. It was a pretty good one, too. All right, 505-246-0610. Looking forward to Kenny Thomas is going to be with us coming up at 9 o'clock. Going to talk with KT about the basketball team, the Enchantment, the TBT. Are you familiar with the TBT?
Not really.
So it's a tournament that'll be televised next week. 64 teams. You put together guys. It can't be in the NBA. And it's former pros and former college players, and the winner gets $1 million. Winning team. And
is it too late for me to try to get into that?
You can talk to Kenny because he's the coach.
Okay.
So when Kenny's here, I'll ask him if you can still get in on this.
I might be able to jog down the court once.
We'll ask him.
Okay.
But Kenny's put this team together, and they're doing an exhibition game at the Pit to honor the Lobos who have passed away and celebrate their lives. But, they won a couple games last year, got into the Sweet 16. And so how the team's getting put together, what the thought is, and Bryce Alford's going to be on the team this year, and Terrence Mathis, and they got a really nice club put together. So we'll do that coming up at 9 o'clock. Nick Nee's going to be with us at 8:30. We'll get you some golf tips to help your game. He's helped the short game a lot, and catch up on the world of golf. Scotty Scheffler continues to win. And then coming up next, I'm looking forward to this conversation. The big boss over at the Albuquerque Isotopes is John Traub. Isotopes coming off a tough loss last night, but they are in first place. That's right, they are in first place, Gato Roberto. After all those losses you sat through all season long, they got a fresh start.
Yeah, it's been fun.
First place.
Yeah, let's keep it there.
Yeah. John Traub next. Got Duke's Retro Night and a big Hall of Fame weekend coming up. It's the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck. It's not here on 95.9 FM and AM 650 Sports Channel.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
What's going on, Lobo Nation? Ja'Cory Krosky-Miller here.
And I'm Devin Dampier. The Lobo football team's going through some changes, but we're here to stay.
We'll put in the work on the field and in the weight room, but we'll need your help off the field.
505 Sports Venture is leading the charge in the NIL space.
And you can be part of it.
Shorty, she better than all my intentions. Locked in, shorty, you got my attention. CEO, baby, I get you the business. Touchdown and pay you a visit.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Hey, look! It's Dwight Goodman!
This place is hot. Let's see if anyone needs my help. How about I drive you madman home, huh?
I got this, Dwight. I'm the designated driver. Boom.
Sweet.
Does anyone need Dwight's help getting home tonight?
No thanks, Romeo. I've got a taxi all lined up.
Drive safe, Dwight.
Boom. Boom.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We aren't all born with the same opportunities. But it's the people who care that change everything.
Get ready, Sprout, get ready!
My coach, my teacher, my older sisters, my grandma, my brother, my tutor, my dad, and my mom.
As Mexicans, it's up to all of us to do our part.
So that no child goes without love.
And no family has to do it all on their own.
They're all our children. Every single person is called.
With 3-time New Mexico Sportscaster of the Year, Jeff Symbieta and JJ Bach.
Your first place Albuquerque Isotopes back at it tonight in a big weekend out at the ball yard. Undefeated going into the 9th inning last night in the second half. We got a clean start this week. I thought better, Phil. All those games you've been listening to the first half, they're all wiped clean this week in the Pacific Coast League. Got a fresh new start. The Isotopes were 2-0 and the leading 7-2 going into the last inning last night. Gave up 6 in the 9th and got beat. The win probability, according to Minor League Baseball's website, in the 9th inning was 98.7%. But they are still in first place and have a big weekend coming up. The big dog over there. You know it's a big part of the big weekend? I thought about it, though. You know what? You
Lots of giveaways. Fireworks.
Oh, yeah. John Traub's the general manager of your Isotopes. Good morning, Mr. Traub. How are you, sir?
I'm good. I'm doing well, Mr. Symbieta. How are you this morning? I wish I was doing a little bit better after we gave up that lead in the 9th inning. But you know what? Like you said, the sun came up today, and we are still in first place.
And I'm not going to pretend I saw it last night, but you had to be feeling pretty good sitting in that perch, right?
They are. Sometimes you got to mix it up a little
Sitting
bit.
on the John Traub throne right there behind home plate. What happened? Holy smokes.
I think everybody started looking forward to Country Night and the pregame concert and Duke's Retro Night and everything we've got going on this weekend. So, unfortunately, we weren't able to close out that game.
All right, still in first place and a fresh start. Here's what we got this weekend, and this is really fun. Tonight is Country Night. You got Nathaniel Grant's concert pregame at 5 o'clock presented by Dirty Bourbon. I know what we do here. And then tomorrow night is the Hall of Fame night and Duke night. And so it's the Duke Retro Night in those beautiful yellow jerseys that people love so much. And you will induct Mike Scioscia into the Albuquerque Baseball Hall of Fame. And then Faith and Family Night on Saturday with a pregame worship concert. And that one, it's another big deal. You got a huge weekend.
Big weekend, and it's an exciting one. We've got Mike Scioscia coming to town for this induction ceremony. He hasn't been to the new ballpark since the renovations. He was the Duke's manager in 1999, their penultimate season, and when he played for the Dukes back in 79 and 80, then he went on to such a great major league career with the Dodgers, and then got into the coaching world. And the stop he had before he became the Angels manager was as the Albuquerque Dukes manager. So we're thrilled to have him, certainly thrilled for all the success that he enjoyed in the major leagues, and it's a well-deserved honor for him.
Yeah, and it was good when he was manager. It was fun. For those of you not studying for the SAT, penultimate means second to last. And
we try to work that in every other interview if we can. We don't want to overdo it.
It's SCIOSCIA. Is that right? Sosha?
SCIO SCIA.
That's right. He was good. When you called him and told him, how did that go? Are you the guy who gets to call him and say, Mr. Sosha, sir, here's your what color's the jacket? What do you give him?
We give him a hug and a handshake and a plaque to put on his wall.
And you get to pick anything off the menu. If you want the big sundae that we gave Pedro Lopez for his birthday, or you get something the chef made. You want a green chili hot dog. What do you want?
Dang, you know what? I think we're going to add all that to the repertoire for tomorrow night. I think it'll be exciting for him. But yeah, so truth be told, we've been trying to get Mike here for a while, for a number of years, and because of various commitments that he had, and then some other personal things came up, he wasn't able to do it. So when I called him this off season, I said, we'd love to get you here if at all possible this year, and so he looked at his calendar, was able to make some things work for us, and that's awesome, because I know he means a lot to Albuquerque, and Albuquerque means a lot to him, and we're just excited that he's coming back, and that he remembers his days here, both as a player and then as a manager with such fond memories.
He is John Traub, the general manager of your Albuquerque Isotopes. They are in first place, 2-1 in the second half, and they'll play at 6:35 tonight out at the ballpark against Salt Lake. Get out early because you can get a free cowbell. Bob Clark's got his over there. A, he lets me know about it. A, he's an Aggie, that's their thing, and B, he gave him a cowbell, and, well, he's Bob Clark, and so he's going to let you know about it.
But you're the 3-time New Mexico Sports Broadcaster of the Year.
Yeah.
I mean, you deserve probably a sundae and a green chili hot dog and a cowbell.
That's
so
probably right. You were nice enough to give me a jersey. So, you know who wears that more than me? My kid loves that jersey. She wears that thing. She may take it to college.
As she should.
Yeah.
As she should.
Yeah, she might.
Go Blue.
They're in the same league now as your.
Hey, wait a minute. I can't say that anymore, can
They're
I?
in the same league now. I know.
I know.
Yeah, you're a Laker fan. What do you think of Bronny going to the Lakers? I mean, I've been asking the question this morning. Is it good for Bron? I'm over the whole. I get it, the nepotism thing. LeBron runs the team. He brought his buddy in to be coach. He got his kid. But is it good for the kid? You think Bronny's in the right situation?
Well, from all accounts, even though he went to USC, he seems to be a pretty level-headed kid. And so for those listeners who are like, what is this guy talking about? I went to UCLA,
right.
So nothing
that's
come out of
just
USC.
bread now. Yeah, there's no getting over it.
But you know what? I've gone back and forth in my head about it, to be honest with you. And when you just look at it in its surface, how many second-round picks, certainly late in the second round, how many of them have come out and been impact players right away? Not a whole lot. He's coming off of a very abbreviated freshman year in college. I think that, certainly his health was a major question, and he's got major upside, and he seems to be just a kind of a salt-of-the-earth guy and built for these types of situations. You don't think he's had pressure and spotlight on him being LeBron James' son for the last 19 and a half years? He's probably grown up in an environment where he knows he's been under the microscope. And you know what? At some point, he's going to have to carve out his own career for himself. But, it's a great story. And whether he plays on the team in the NBA or if he plays on the team in the G League, you know what? It's getting people talking about something today that is probably very good for the game. We'll see how his career pans out.
Yeah, I think they should play him first, second game, get it over with, right? Get him, Wizards are in town, game 2 of the season, third quarter, throw daddy an alley-oop, get a bucket, get the video. Okay, we made history. Now get him to South Bay and get him developing in the G League, and you can move him up and down. That's what my thought is.
I don't disagree with you. I mean, look about a different scenario, but when Ken Griffey Jr. and Ken Griffey Sr. were on the same team, it's cool, and that made for some great video.
But that's a different world, John. Kenny was one of the best players I've ever seen, and he didn't go to that team because Daddy was there. He went there because, man, and if I'm not mistaken, he was the number 1 overall pick.
He was, and he skipped AAA. So the fact that we put him on the cover of our media guide in Calgary, and he never played for us, he just skipped right over to the big leagues. What are you going to do? Sometimes people are destined for success.
Yeah, I get it. He's John Traub, the general manager of the Albuquerque Isotopes. All right, you got another thing really, really cool coming out of the ballpark. This Home Run Derby X, not only is it bringing in some big names, but now there's an opportunity, and DC, Dale, our former producers over on Bob's show, told me yesterday he went to the batting cages. He thinks he could do it. He wanted to try out for it. You got people all over this state now saying, I can slug it with Manny Ramirez, and they got an opportunity to do so.
Yeah, it's really cool. One of the aspects of this Major League Baseball event that they're bringing, this Home Run Derby X, is, participation, hopefully from locals who can be on stage slugging aside, like you said, Manny Ramirez and Jocelyn Allo, the NCAA all-time home run leader, and pretty much the face of women's softball across this country. Several female baseball players, other major league legends who have they've all had great major league careers. Some of them have even been in our uniform. It's a really neat opportunity. So MLB says let's do a local application process, do a local tryout, and hopefully people will be able to show us what they've got. And I laugh about it a little bit because over my entire career, Jeff, we've had people reach out and say, you know what, I really want to try out for your team. And, of course, in professional baseball, that's not how it works. But people don't always know that, and they think because the team is struggling or because they make it look so easy when it doesn't matter if you're a 200 hitter, they're still doing something that such a small percentage of players can do. But now here's people's chance to say, look, I know hitting the ball 320 feet in a consistent manner over 2.5 minutes sounds like it's easy, but let's get out there and try it and see it. And if somebody's qualified, then MLB will vet that, and hopefully they can be part of the event on August the 23rd.
Is there a number that like you're going to take 3 people or 8 people or no people? Like, is there a set number?
There's not. Major League Baseball is really constructing the rosters. So every team, every venue that they have this year, they're in Nashville, Durham, Albuquerque, Fort Wayne, Indiana. They're kind of each event is a little bit different in how the rosters are made up. So hopefully they can, have a hard decision to make. If some guys with some great story and guys, gals, whomever, these are co-ed teams. And if there's somebody that raises the eyebrows of Major League Baseball, then they're certainly going to be in contention and consideration, and we'll see how it all plays out. But just the fact that we've gotten dozens and dozens of applicants so far, and I think it was only maybe Tuesday that we made the announcement about this, the tryout scenario and the applications. There's going to be a lot of people, and people can go onto our website, which is abqisotopes.com, and find more information about how to apply and when the deadline is and what all the next steps are.
Yeah, go do that. And I'm looking at it now, abqisotopes.com. Go through the application process. If you think you can hit balls out of the ballpark and you want an opportunity to do this, go do it. So you really get calls like people call, hey, man, you guys stink. You're 26 and 49. You have no pitch. I can pitch. How do I try out? You really get those calls?
100%. 100%. Get them every year. Get them frequently during the off season. Get them occasionally during the season. And, it gives you an opportunity to tell the story about how professional baseball works. But it's neat that people have passion for it, right? So here's an opportunity for them to stand on the stage, show us. If they think that they've got what it takes to swing with the stars, then come on out and let's see it.
All right. What time did you get home last night?
I don't know, midnight, 12:30.
Are you still laying in bed?
No, I'm not.
You're not? I wouldn't.
I'm enjoying the chirping birds in my backyard before I go to the ballpark.
All right, I'll see you out at the ballpark this weekend. They got games.
All right.
It's tonight, tomorrow, it's Sunday. Of course, they're all here on the Sports Animal with the voice of the Isotopes, Josh Suchon, who is not a UCLA Bruin. He is a San Diego State Aztec, and he's very good at what he does. So you can hear all.
Well, good thing he's from California, because otherwise, he's got to have some redeeming qualities, right? You know how the San Diego State guys are.
Yeah, no, they're the worst. I know. I totally understand that. Get out there. Tickets are available, abqisotopes.com. Get them online. Go tonight. You got Western night tomorrow, Duke's Retro night, and the Hall of Fame induction, the Faith and Family on Sunday. They're a first-place ball club as we sit here this morning, and they're playing their best baseball of the year. They've won 10 of their last 14. And it's a whole new ball game out there. So have fun.
You're the best, Jeff.
You're even better. I'll talk to you soon. I'll see you this weekend.
Okay, sounds great. Thanks.
He is John Schraub, and he is the general manager of your Albuquerque Isotopes. It's
Yes.
Don't you love the Duke song?
Yeah.
And I love the yellow. It's my favorite. It's my favorite night of the year at the bubble.
It is.
I love the old yellows. I was around when the Dukes were here, and it's fun. So is Mike Sosha. Hey, if you've been a victim of home or business break-ins, you know all too well that it takes hours, if not days, for the police to respond. They just don't have enough officers to cover all the calls they get for service. And when it's your home, or when it's your business, you need a quick response. About 7 minutes or less. That's normally the response time for customers of International Protective Service, IPS. IPS officers are strategically placed around Albuquerque and now in Santa Fe. They react quickly, and many times they catch the criminals in the act, detain them, call police, and the police pick them up. IPS also provides standing guards. If you need eyes on your property around the clock, they install alarms and camera systems. They have state-of-the-art facility that monitors those cameras 24/7, and that raises the level of security around your home or your business. So who's watching your home when you're away on summer break? Don't let it be the bad guys. A quick response to your alarm or standing guards at your business is what IPS does to let you sleep better at night. You can't prevent all the crime, but if you have no protection, you're more likely to be victimized. Here's their number, 505-897-2420. 505-897-2420. They're online at ipsglobal.com. IPS is passionate about making Albuquerque and Santa Fe better and safer places to live in.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
What's going on, Lobo Nation? Ja'Cory Krosky-Miller here.
And I'm Devin Dampier. The Lobo football team is going through some changes, but we're here to stay.
We'll put in the work on the field and in the weight room, but we'll need your help off the field.
505 Sports Venture is leading the charge in the NIL space.
And you can be part of it.
Shorty, she better than all my intentions. Locked in, shorty, you got my attention. See you, baby, I get you the business. Touchdown and pay you a visit.
ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit HansWhitlerAuto.com.
Hi, I'm Steve Stucker here for Dr. Robert Melendez and the Juliet Eye Institute. You may remember me like this, but no more. The glasses are gone. I tossed them months ago because of a brand new procedure from Dr. Melendez known as RLE, Refractive Lens Exchange. The latest technology, the best eyesight I've ever had in my life, and you can check it out by clicking on the link in the description right here.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Hey, look! It's Dwight Goodman! Boom! This place is hot. Let's see if anyone needs my help. How about I drive you madman home, huh?
I got this, Dwight. I'm the designated driver. Boom.
Sweet.
I'm new on this shift. I've been working it. Next month will be 16 years. It's not like, I'm not like you. I don't know what time of day it is. Gato Roberto's in for JJ today. I'm merely Jeff Simbieta.
Sometimes it has been, what day is it?
Oh, look, that's daily. That's daily. All right, here's what we got. Right now, you want to do it right now? All right, caller number 4. Let me give you your phone number. Well, first, let me tell you what we're doing. We got 2 tickets to go see A Day to Remember, the least anticipated album tour of 2024. It's Tuesday. It's July 9th at the Rio Rancho Event Center. You can get tickets at their website, but you can win 2 right now. 505-246-0610. Caller number 4, 505-246-0610. And Gato Roberto will give you 2 tickets to go see A Day to Remember, the least anticipated album tour of 2024. Call now, 505-246-0610. That way, then we can clear the lines and get Nick in here and do that whole thing. This Gopher says the Bobcat hoe. Jeff, you know it's going to be a good Friday when we get a Bobcat hoe. Might even get a Kenny Thomas Bobcat hoe. That'd be really good. He says, and I just pulled up to the gas station as they were actually lowering, not raising the price of gas. That's an extra 50 cents I wasn't expecting to have. Does it get better than that? No, they lowered it 3 cents, 10 gallons. That's 30 cents. Maybe they lowered it 4 cents. I mean, yeah. Does it get any better, you ask? I don't know how. I don't know how. When I get out to the ballpark this weekend, you can catch the Topes and have fun with that. What they're doing out there. I always love talking to John about that. If you want to get in also on the Bronny James stuff, what else do I got? Paul George. I got a bunch of other stuff that we didn't get to earlier. We spent a lot of time talking about Bronny and the Lakers and the situation and the history that they'll make and you know what? Good for them. LeBron earned a position that he was able to do what he wants to do, and like I told the story earlier, but I'll tell it again. Somebody told me this week, if you've worked hard enough to get yourself in a position where you can open a door or pull a string or something and help your kid, you owe it to your kid. I'm like, really? Gosh, I wonder, I always wonder, should I do it? Should I not? And, you've worked hard, and if there was someone who felt the brunt of that because you were away, it's probably your kids. And so if they can benefit a little bit, I guess I don't have a problem that LeBron got his kid there anyway. I just don't. If you're going to tell me they should have used the 55th overall pick on who? I mean, on what? Tell me the best 55th overall pick in the history of the NBA draft. Or at least since it's gone to 2 years. What were they going to do? Who were they going to get? What were they? Another guy out of France? They were going to stash over there? And so if this is what they were going to do, and if this helps them re-sign LeBron James and they feel that that's going to help them win a championship, then that's what you do. Right? And now it's up to Bronny to go do his thing. Yeah, there's a lot of pressure on him. But like John Traub just said, and he's not wrong, there's been pressure on LeBron James Jr. his whole life because his name is LeBron James Jr. And whether he was at USC or in high school or on AAU, look, I remember when we used to take AAU teams around the country. And when there was a celebrities kid, and there always was, or a celebrity-sponsored team, first of all, the gym was packed. And there was a ton of pressure, and everybody was taking their extra shot at that kid, whether it was a former NBA player, their kid, whether it was a musician's kid, whatever it was. It's just how it is, man. You grow up as the son of a famous father or mother for them. But in this case, one of the best players ever, yeah. So now it's up to the young man to go do it. And I just wonder, how they're going to handle this thing, and it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. He's going to get his 4-year deal. I think they should run him out there early in the season, first, second, third game. Put them on the floor together, make history, get the video, have son throw daddy a lob, get him a couple buckets. And then spend some time with the South Bay Lakers, the G League team, and develop. Because I firmly believe, and I don't know what the argument against this is. I guess the argument would be, well, he's in practice every day against LeBron James and against the D'Angelo Russell or whoever's going to be there in Austin Reed. he's going to somehow get better. He get better playing. And I think Bronny James would tell you, I think LeBron James would tell you, he needs to get better. And the way to get better is to play and to play against high-level competition. And that's what the G League is for. So I got to believe that's the way. Also last night, Team USA men's soccer loses to Panama, Copa America. This was a big deal. This was a big loss. Tim Weah got a red card early in the match. Red, white, and blue was playing shorthanded. They were down to 10 men for the majority of the match. It was 1-1 late, and Panama gets the winner late in the second half, and they win. So now, most likely, Team USA will have to beat Uruguay in the final round of group play. And Uruguay is probably the best team in that group to advance to the knockout stage. So you can get in on any of that, 505-246-0610. All right, we're going to take this break. When we come back, we'll get you some golf tips. We're going to talk about the world of golf. Nick Nee is the director of golf out of the beautiful Sandia Golf Club. I want to talk to him about the streak that Scotty Scheffler's on. And I want to ask him if it's fair to compare him to Tiger. Not overall career, but the season itself. What he thought about the craziness on the 18th hole last week. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 670 Sports Animal.
This report brought to you by Quality by DiLorenzo, Lomas, and Pet.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
What's going on, Lobo Nation? Ja'Cory Krosky-Miller here.
And I'm Devin Dampier. The Lobo football team is going through some changes, but we're here to stay.
We'll put in the work on the field and in the weight room, but we'll need your help off the field.
505 Sports Venture is leading the charge in the NIL space.
And you can be part of it.
Try this shit better than all my intentions. Locked in shorty, you got my attention. CEO, baby, I get you the business. Touchdown and pay you a visit.
ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit HansWhitlerAuto.com.
If you're drunk, blasted, intoxicated, rip, plastered, destroyed, bruh. If you're like this, you shouldn't be driving.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride barbecue chicken and ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
What's going on, Lobo Nation? Ja'Cory Krosky-Miller here.
And I'm Devin Dampier. The Lobo football team is going through some changes, but we're here to stay.
We'll put in the work on the field and in the weight room, but we'll need your help off the field.
505 Sports Venture is leading the charge in the NIL space.
And you can be part of it.
Shorty, she better than all my intentions. Locked in, shorty, you got my attention. See your baby, I give you the business. Touchdown and pay you a visit.
Hi, my name is Daniel Chavez, and this is my business partner, David Chavez. We are the owners of Indeed Safety. Indeed Safety is a local safety consulting company helping our clients with their safety needs for their projects.
One of the things we pride ourselves as a construction safety company is helping our men and women in construction get home safe every day to their families. Indeed Safety is a proud supporter of ProView Network.
Teenagers love a party, especially during prom and graduation season. Often, alcohol is involved. Some parents think that hosting a party with alcohol in their home will keep the kids safe, but it's wrong and it's illegal. As a parent, to allow your teenagers' underage friends to consume alcohol on your property is a felony. Parents who host lose the most. Don't be a party to teenage drinking.
This is a program of the Drug Free Action Alliance. For more information, go to burnco.gov/do-not-host.
Young driver, this one. Hard to get her out. She'd been drinking. This one. Both of them gone. They'd been drinking, and he drove clear off the road. This was my family. Drunk driver hit us. And my wife and our daughter, they didn't make it.
I was born in New Mexico. I grew up on these streets. I got in trouble here, and I fought my way back in Burkia. I love New Mexico, especially the people. Now I'm using my training, tenacity, and energy to fight for you.
I'm Adam Oki, lawyer, fighter, and New Mexican. I was a local athlete here in New Mexico, so I'm proud to support your local athletes.
We aren't all born with the same opportunities. But it's the people who care that change everything.
Get ready, Sprout, get ready!
My coach, my teacher, my older sisters, my grandma, my brother, my tutor, my dad, and my mom.
As New Mexicans, it's up to all of us to do our part.
So that no child goes without love.
And no family has to do it all on their own.
They're all our children. Every single person is called to make a difference in the life of a child.
It's up to all of us to do our part.
To pull together.
Pull together.
Pull together.
To make New Mexico the best place to be a kid.
Sports Animal.
PGA Tour is in Detroit. Like my new home. I mean, might as well be. Detroit Golf Club is where they play the Rocket Mortgage Classic. Akshay Bhatia is your leader at -12. Michael Kim at -11. Akshay Bhatia has been right on the precipice, it feels like, the last bunch of weeks. Really bizarre scene, too. There's a drain in the middle of the fairway with like 5 little holes, barely bigger than a golf ball. His golf ball disappeared through one of the drains to get relief. But he's your leader. Let's get a little golf conversation. Get your golf tip. Head out to the beautiful San Diego Golf Club. He is the director of golf out there. He is Nick Nee. Good day, sir. How you living?
We're living well. Glad I didn't bring you guys down. Congratulations on another well-deserved award, and you and JJ and the Sports Animal team. So just say I'm thankful that I wasn't the reason you guys didn't keep that streak going.
I think you're the reason. I think you're the reason we've won 8 out of the last 9. I think it's you. I appreciate that. Thank you. That's really kind, and you're a huge part of what we do. And I mean, you've been a staple on this thing now for how many years have we been doing this? 4 or 5 years with you and with San Diego Golf Club for a lot of years. So appreciate what you guys bring to the table, and you've helped a lot of golfers, by the way.
Well, thank you. We're happy to do our part to maybe share our passion of the game of golf, but you guys do a great job listening when I'm not on it. But glad I can fill the shoes of Matt Malloy and keep this thing going because it's great for the game.
No, it is. Man, there's some young golfers knocking on the door. Akshay Bhatia was there when Scotty Scheffler won the Travelers last week. He was right there with him. I look at all these young guys, Jake Knapp coming up. Maybe there's more room, and maybe if there's a silver lining with the LIV PGA split, is that some of these young golfers have been able to make a move and make a name for themselves on the PGA Tour.
Absolutely. I think you're 100% correct. And, we've talked in previous years that the parity of golf is great for the game, especially at the professional level. But I do think that there's silver lining in that those that went to LIV, and more power to them at this point, they made a decision. But I think it opened the door and it opened a pathway for these Korn Ferry Tour players. They have the PGA Tour University now that, like Ludwig Aubert was number one out of Texas Tech, that obviously he is having a fantastic year again. There's a lot of pathways that opened up with what happened with LIV Golf and the separation of the professional game. And I love the parity. I love seeing Akshay there. I love seeing Sahith Theegala there. It's just great for the game, and it's great for kids to kind of have someone else to relate to, and you can pick whoever you want because there's a lot of parity in professional golf.
Yet there's a guy who's just having an unbelievable season, Scotty Scheffler. He's won 6 times already. I'm not saying career-wise comparing him to Tiger Woods, but this season that Scotty Scheffler's having, is it fair to say it's a Tiger-like season?
It's fair to say it's a legendary type season. In the same talks of a Tiger Woods type season, not obviously the run that Tiger went on. I think you're 1,000% correct there. But when you win 6, times before July 1, and I think there's only 3 other people that are on that list, and Tiger Woods is not on it. So he's on a list that is a little superior, if you will, in a season within the game of golf. Unbelievable. I'll give you a little bonus tip. If you guys have never got fit for a putter, just look what Scotty Scheffler did when he went to a face balance putter. He won 6 out of his first 10 starts. So get out and get a putter fitting because it may be a face balance that simplifies the stroke, and I think that's what it's done for him. And you'll see in the proof in the pudding on the putting green with that Spider putter.
What are you fitting for at a putter? And there's so many different kinds of putters, right? Like I like a simple putter. I don't like a big giant mallet, all this. I mean, for me, my eye, just give me that little, just the basic putter, but I know other people like it. What are you fitting when you fit a putter? What are you looking at?
Yeah, really the main thing we're fitting for with a putter is what is the dynamic loft as it hits the golf ball? Because what you want to happen is that ball to roll end over end as soon as possible. Because the sooner it rolls end over end, the easier you're able to judge, first and foremost, the speed of the putt. But also, you're able to keep it on line. So when they fit for a putter in like a Sam Putting Lab or anything like that, they're looking at frame by frame from impact to maybe 2-3 feet. How much is the ball skidding, and can we actually get that to roll end over end? Now, there's a lot of intricacies with it, right? How much toe flow in the putter? I could really mess you up mentally and give you a lot to think about on the putting green. But if we can just get it rolling end over end, we're able to now judge speed more correctly and be very good at distance control. But also we can keep it on line because as it starts skidding, especially with dew or any sort of fine pebbles on a putting green, it's going to knock it off line. So it might not be that you're hitting a bad putt. You just might have too much loft on a putter, essentially, that we need to get it to roll end over end and get it online a lot easier.
What is the science that Bryson's figured out on putting? You could hear him talk. Remember, he used to use the protractor, and they banned that. And I don't even think LIV lets it. But you can hear him talking, well, it's 18 feet times this, and you can hear him doing the calculations. And he's always – I mean, he never misjudges speed.
No, he's very good at it. And when you get that fine detail like Bryson has, you see that he's able to judge kind of speed. I think what's interesting with Bryson's stroke, he's very upright, right? So he's very on top of the ball. He's got his eyes, and he's really tall. Really what he's just doing is getting that ball and his body as close to that line together as he can. But he's got, and it's crazy to watch him when we watched him at Augusta National and he's doing, his practice rounds and he's on the putting green. He's taking notes. He's got like a full book of statistics and mathematical equations that if it's a downhill with this degree of slope and he's got 18 feet, he's got to hit it X amount, in terms of the strength of his stroke. So it's unbelievable to watch. I am more the simple, like, hey, I just feel like this and it looks like this, so I'm just going to hit it, because if I start thinking like that, I'm going to be all over. I could go play volleyball on a putting green if I think that too much about it. But it's pretty crazy to watch him do his calculations on a putting green before, because he takes the percentage of slope, but also the length, whether it's uphill, downhill, and then that equates to the length of his stroke.
Yeah, I'm just not that smart. It's not.
Me neither.
All right, Tiger, we talked about Tiger a little. He got the exemption in signature events by the PGA Tour. And to me, it's a no-brainer. Why does he get – why? Because he's Tiger freaking Woods. I mean, if I get 2 Tigers or 18 Tigers a year, it's great for the tour and it's great for everybody. And, yeah, he's earned it. He's won over 80 times on tour. He's earned that special exemption. I think it's brilliant by the tour, and anybody who's got a problem with it, I think, just doesn't get it.
Absolutely. And there's a lot more that came out with that from the PGA Tour Policy Board. Obviously, it's highlighted by that lifetime exemption. But why wouldn't you do it? 1, for TV ratings, but 2,
he's Tiger Woods.
You're Tiger Woods. You've earned it at this point. You know, you've earned the credibility to have that exemption. We're not taking someone that's just won 3 times on the PGA Tour in 20 years. We're talking the leading tour winner, tied tour winner on the PGA Tour. So he's earned the achievement and the exemption.
We're talking about the guy who's responsible directly for the amount of money these guys are making. They should all welcome him with open arms. He's Nick Nee. He's the director of golf out at San Diego Golf Club. I'm struggling. All right, you got a golf tip?
I do. Got a really good takeaway drill for you. So what you're going to do, you get a 7-iron, you get whatever club you want, really. What we're going to do is grip the club, but at the end or extended through the grip is going to be an alignment rod. So you're going to hold on to the alignment rod and the grip, and it's going to extend out your lead side. So left side for a right-handed player, right side for a left-handed player. And really what we're working on is just keeping that alignment rod working down towards our kneecap as we take the club away. What this will stop from is picking the club up with our right hand, because the alignment rod will be disconnected from the lead side of your body, and really just working on that lower half to really just take that club away and get it kind of low and slow. But what you'll see is it's what we call a one-piece takeaway, and it's going to allow you to get some width in the takeaway of your golf swing, and then just set it a lot easier. So we're just allowing that alignment rod to just work down our lead quad almost to our kneecap and just work on that lower half. What you'll see is as you take it away in a one-piece takeaway, it's a simple move. It's easier to set at the top. You'll get some width and hopefully generate some speed.
If you want instruction, if you're looking for it, there's nobody better. Get a hold of San Diego Golf Club. Ask for Nick, or you got a bunch of great teaching pros out there that'll help your game. How's the junior team? I think the regular season just ended, didn't it?
Correct. Yeah, we got our first Northern qualifier July 8th at Santa Ana Golf Club, and then July 22nd, 23rd, we're actually the host site for the Sun Country PGA Junior League Championship. So we'll take 16, 13U kids, and we'll take 6, 17U kids. So we'll have 3 all-star teams, and we'll see if we can make a run at a 5th consecutive regional championship and make our way to Austin. So it's wrapping up the regular season, but you know, we're just blessed with great families out here at Sandia and great resources. That it's easy for our coaches just to get out and get to know some kids and have some fun. So we'll segue from the regular season and we'll start the postseason here in about a week and a couple days.
Good luck, man. You're the best when it comes to that. And I know so many kids have benefited. All right. People want to play at San Diego Golf Club. They get on sandiegogolf.com. What do you got going out there?
Yeah, check website, best rates. We'll run specials on there, but come out and play some golf. We still have the Adidas special in the golf shop. Spend $150 of Adidas apparel, any Adidas apparel, whether it's shoes, headwear, or polos, shorts, anything of that nature. You get a free head cover. Stop by the restaurant and grill. Obviously, we still have our specialty cocktail menu paired with some great menu options. Come check that out and sit on the state's best patio. It's got the best view. Golf course is in fantastic shape. And although it's near July, and for those of you that are looking at hosting holiday parties, we'd love the opportunity to host those at our San Diego Golf Club Event Center. Check that out online at sandiegogolf.com under the events tab. Any of your banquet, wedding, or meeting and holiday party needs, we'll certainly get that covered. But check us out at sandiegogolf.com. Come out and play some golf. Enjoy the patio. We look forward to seeing everyone hopefully real soon.
You're the best. We'll talk to you next week. Always appreciate your time.
Appreciate it. Y'all have a good weekend.
Be well. He is Nick Nee, the director of golf at the San Diego Golf Club. and hopefully helping your game. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 670 Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Hi, I'm Steve Stucker here for Dr. Robert Melendez and the Juliet Eye Institute. You may remember me like this, but no more. The glasses are gone. I tossed them months ago because of a brand new procedure from Dr. Melendez known as RLE, Refractive Lens Exchange. The latest technology, the best eyesight I've ever had in my life, and you can check it out by clicking on the link in the description right here.
Would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit HansWhitlerAuto.com.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Evergard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
If you're drunk, blasted, intoxicated, rip, plastered, destroyed, bruh. If you're like this, you shouldn't be driving.
I was born in New Mexico. I grew up on these streets. I got in trouble here, and I fought my way back in Burquerque. I love New Mexico, especially the people. Now I'm using my training, tenacity, and energy to fight for you.
I'm Adam Oki, lawyer, fighter, and New Mexican. I was a local athlete here in New Mexico, so I'm proud to support your local athletes.
What's going on, Lobo Nation? Ja'Cory Krosky-Mirror here. And I'm Devin Dampier. The Lobo football team is going through some changes, but we're here to stay. We'll put in the work on the field and in the weight room, but we'll need your help off the field. 505 Sports Venture is leading the charge in the NIL space. And you can be part of it.
Shorty, she better than all my intentions. Locked in, shorty, you got my attention. CEO, baby, I get you the business. Touchdown and pay you a visit.
Teenagers love a party, especially during prom and graduation season. Often, alcohol is involved. Some parents think that hosting a party with alcohol in their home will keep the kids safe, but it's wrong and it's illegal. As a parent, to allow your teenagers' underage friends to consume alcohol on your property is a felony. Parents who host lose the most. Don't be a party to teenage drinking.
This is a program of the Drug Free Action Alliance. For more information, go to burnco.gov/do-not-host.
The Sports Animal.
All right, Kenny Thomas going to be here coming up at the top of the hour. That'll be 9 o'clock. He was calling to see if I wanted anything for breakfast. I think that's what he was calling. But he said he's coming.
Okay, that's good.
I mean,
he's supposed to be here in about 10 minutes.
He'll be here in 12. How this works. Couple of sightings, couple of NBA piece of news this morning. Emmanuel Quickley has signed with the Toronto Raptors. Bob, a mere 5 years, $175 million for the 25-year-old Emmanuel Quickley. Bob, you told me last week, and I've used this many, many times since, we live on the same planet but in a different one.
That's right. We do.
I've used it many, many times since.
Have I gotten credit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I've given you the credit for it. 100%.
Where's the check?
It's
in the mail.
It's on the way to Edward. I don't know where the hell. You want a blueberry?
Sure. I'll get it later.
All right. Mavericks have sent Tim Hardaway Jr. to the Pistons in a trade this morning for Quentin Grimes. So it's Tim Hardaway Jr. and 3 second-round picks go to Detroit. Quentin Grimes, the shooting guard, goes back to the Mavericks. Hardaway's due to make $16.2 million next year in the final year of his 4-year, $75 million deal. So it's an expiring contract. Grimes is only going to make $4.3 million. It's the final year of his rookie contract. And so it puts the Mavericks in a position now to use part of their $12.9 million non-taxpayer mid-level exemption. They'd been limited to $5.2 million. It's all blah, 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 but it gives them more money to go out and sign a free agent. And they now got $13 million instead of $5 million to throw around. And Same planet. I mean, as Bob says, and he's 100%. Emails. Jeff at sportsanimalabq.com. Carl says, how is Tiger Woods going to be competitive at Royal Troon, Jeffy, when all these other guys are breezing in the next couple of weeks and he's nowhere to be found? He's not. Like, you know, he'll be around on the first day. Oh, look, Tiger's in top of the leaderboard. Oh, now he's near the cut line. And he's not. He's not. But by the same token, I got to believe if Tiger physically could play more golf competitively, he will. He's going to show up at the majors, maybe have a flash of the pan at some point, be competitive, but he's not. You got all these young studs who are really, 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 really good, and they are in their prime. And Tiger is 48 years old and reconstructed and not playing very well and hurting. But if his leg and I think it's more his leg than anything else, would allow him to play more, he would, Carl. I just don't think he can. And so he's going to show up and we'll say, here's Tiger's score, and then he disappears, and we got a really good golf tournament. It's like we did at the Open, right? Watching Bryson and was it Schauffele battle down the stretch. That's what we got. Lobo Hobo said, holy bleep, where is June gone, Jeffy? Fastest month ever. After this, it's 7 weekends until post time. Montana State at Lobo football. It's just wild. It is wild. It is wild how fast. I mean, I guess we say this every year. And, oh my goodness, it's freaking wild. It's the second half of the year. I'm closer to the next Isleta, New Mexico Bowl than I was the last one. That's kind of how it clicks in my mind. Right? We get this time of year like, oh, what have we got done? Have we got the gifting done? I got to get the peonies designed. All right, we're going to talk hoops with Kenny Thomas, the basketball tournament team. We're going to talk about the draft. They got an exhibition going on at the Pit that is going to honor the 3 Lobo basketball players who we have lost in the last month and a half. Reuben Douglas, Drew Gordon, Greg Brown. Looking forward to having a little catch up with Kenny or kick it with Kenny. And we'll hoe with Kenny and Gato Roberto.
Yes, indeed.
Gato Roberto is in for JJ today. I'm merely Jeff Symbieta. Thank you for being with us on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports App.
This former.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
These days, it's important to know people and businesses you can trust. There's a lot of places where you can buy a vehicle, but there's only a few local dealerships where you'll find honest people who have your best interests in mind. And Fiesta Kia is one of them. We've been helping our neighbors save money and drive dependable cars for years, and we'd love to help you. With new Kias arriving daily, you'll love our selection and the peace of mind you'll get driving a Kia from Fiesta. So stop by and see us today at Fiesta Kia on Lomas, or just start driving now at fiestakia.com.
I was born in New Mexico. I grew up on these streets. I got in trouble here, and I fought my way back in boot camp. I love New Mexico, especially the people. Now I'm using my training, tenacity, and energy to fight for you. I'm Adam Oki, lawyer, fighter, and New Mexican. I was a local athlete here in New Mexico, so I'm proud to support your local athletes.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Hi, I'm Steve Stunker here for Dr. Robert Melendez and the Juliet Eye Institute. You may remember me like this, but no more. The glasses are gone. I tossed them months ago because of a brand new procedure from Dr. Melendez known as RLE, Refractive Lens Exchange. The latest technology, the best eyesight I've ever had in my life, and you can check it out by clicking on the link in the description right here.
What's going on, Lobo Nation? Ja'Cory Krosky-Miller here.
And I'm Devin Dampier. The Lobo football team is going through some changes, but we're here to stay.
We'll put in the work on the field and in the weight room, but we'll need your help off the field.
505 Sports Venture is leading the charge in the NIL space.
And you can be part of it.
Shorty, she better than all my intentions. Locked in, shorty, you got my attention. CEO, baby, I get you the business. Touchdown and pay you a visit.
We aren't all born with the same opportunities. But it's the people who care that change everything.
Get ready, Sprout, get ready.
My coach, my teacher, my older sisters, my grandma, my brother, my tutor, my dad, and my mom.
As New Mexicans, it's up to all of us to do our part.
So that no child goes without love.
And no family has to do it all on their own.
They're all our children. Every single person is called to make a difference in the life of a child.
It's up to all of us to do our part.
To pull together.
Pull together.
Pull together.
To make New Mexico the best place to be a kid.
I was born in New Mexico. I grew up on these streets. I got in trouble here, and I fought my way back in Burkett. I love New Mexico, especially the people. Now I'm using my training, tenacity, and energy to fight for you.
I'm Adam Oki, lawyer, fighter, and New Mexican. I was a local athlete here in New Mexico, so I'm proud to support your local athletes.
Well, I'm not new. We're going to talk some hoops with Kenny Thomas, the former Lobo great, 11-year NBA veteran. New Mexico Sports Hall. I'll do the whole answer because he really likes that. We've been talking a lot this morning about the NBA drafts. You can get in at 505-246-0610. I don't even know there's a set of headphones around here for him, is there? There used to be when we used to do this thing.
I'll bring one in.
All right, if we got one, I mean that'd be cool. You can send me email, jeff@sportsanimalabq.com, and I will get that on the air for you. Talked a lot about the draft. Is there anything else in the draft that stuck out to you? Like yesterday's round 2. Did you even pay attention? Did you know when it was on? It's kind of weird, the timing. I just kind of flipped over right as they went to the associate or assistant or deputy commissioner, whoever it is that made that call. And they showed the Bronny James draft. And there was no suspense in this thing. But, I mean, did anything else? There's a couple of things in there that I like. He'll sit over here, actually. That one. Oh, damn. That was that. For those of you, what the hell was that? That was Bob just slugging the microphone. There were a couple other things. And look at that. What did I tell you? 9:02, Bob. See? What time is it? It's 9:02. Kenny Thomas is here. Jamal Shed is somebody I really, really, really like. And Houston got him in the second round with 15th pick. He is a former Lobo great. He is an 11-year NBA veteran. He's a New Mexico Sports Hall of Famer. He is the head coach of the Enchantment. Anything else? What else on your resume?
You're my guy. Now, because of you, you give me 30 minutes to be on your show.
What's your
segment?
Summer. I like nonviolence.
Oh yeah, Summer of Nonviolence. So yeah, hi everybody. He's reading my shirt. Breakfast was amazing. So it took a little longer. I was Barella's Coffee House.
He did offer. Spot. He did when I called and said I thought you were calling to take my order. You did offer.
Yeah. Without a doubt. You always throw that little thing out there, but yeah. The Summer of Nonviolence campaign. I just had an event this past Saturday. With ACS, which is Albuquerque Community and Safety. I have a partnership with them, and I have a partnership with the Bernalillo County. Yep. They had me come out, do a 3-on-3 tournament. It was Awareness Day. So they brought basically T-shirts and different things out. There's some vendors out there, the Paleta Bar, and then there was an old school fire truck, and then we had the tournament, and there's probably about 300 kids. It rained on us a little bit, but yeah, we probably had about 30, 40 kids. It calmed down, and it was a good day.
I might have turned me down. I might have turned Ronald. Like I'm new with all this stuff when they start playing with my mics. All right. I want to get into a lot of stuff with you today. I want to talk, and after the break, we'll talk about the TBT and putting the team together. I just want your thoughts on the draft a little bit, and let's work backwards in the Bronny thing. I don't even care that LeBron James gets his way. He's earned it, right?
Yeah.
He runs that team. Just tell me the truth. Like don't tell me he had nothing to do with JJ Redick being the coach, and don't tell me he had nothing to do with drafting Bronny. I mean, I'm fine with it. I wonder this though. You're a veteran in that locker room, right? So let's just say pick a guy on that team. I mean, pick your Rui Hachimura, anybody. How's Bronny treated in that locker room? I mean, is he just LeBron's kid? Is he a rookie? Is he? Because I think it's going to be A, awkward for him, and B, man, the kid needs to develop because he's not ready to play in the NBA yet.
Man, I'm like, which point? I mean, you brought up about 3 or 4 solid points, right? And I'm gonna agree with you 110% on basically everything that you just said and whatever else you're gonna throw out there. It's a very unique situation. I figured that Bronny would have won in the first round, right? Because somebody was gonna try and pursue LeBron, right? I mean,
and Rich Paul made it clear, don't do that because he's not gonna play. He's gonna go to. We're gonna take him to Australia.
Yeah, but it was one of those things to where everything right now is social media and good press. I mean, press is great, good or bad, because everybody's going to come to their own conclusion, right? And that's what they want. I mean, it's smart for Rich Paul. It's smart for Bronny to be the way he is. And obviously, LeBron James is going to get everything he wants.
Of course he is. And he's earned it. Like Tiger's earned his exemption. He's earned it.
Exactly. But it's going to be interesting how the locker room is going to move, right? Because he is a rookie, but he's LeBron James' son. So that dynamic is going to be interesting. We will never, ever know what's going on in there, and everybody's going to assume, right? But is he the kind of player that was listed at 6'6", but now he's 6'1", right?
Yeah. And he's not a great defender. He's not a creator off the dribble. He hasn't played point guard. There's so much he has to do. Is this the best situation for the young man?
Any situation of being able to be in the NBA is a great situation.
And getting a 4-year guaranteed deal.
And then, and then playing and being with your father, obviously there's going to be some big influence, right? And he deserves it. Let's just put it out there. And then there's been guys in the past during my time, and there's been guys now to where, hey, they get in the league, they're not ready,
because
they're young.
They are who their daddy is.
Yes, exactly. And then you have to develop, but it's a different situation because of his dad, right? I feel like he's going to get opportunities. I don't think it's going to come right away, but he is going to get some shots to be able to go out there and prove himself. And the fact that you're able to go out there and get an opportunity to showcase yourself, it's going to be there.
Yeah, everybody's going to take a run at him even harder. I just wonder how it is. How do you think he feels? Somebody, and I told this story earlier, and somebody said to me this week, look, if you've got an opportunity to open the door for your kid because of your connections, use it.
You better
use it because you've worked hard to create those opportunities. And if there was anybody, it was at the detriment. It was probably at the detriment of your kids. So if you could help them now, don't use it to get them out of trouble. I mean, they got to bail themselves out of that. But if you can create opportunities, so I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah.
How does he? I mean, and you don't know him, I don't know him, but how do you like? You got into the NBA on your merit. You worked your ass off, and you got into the NBA. You walked into a locker room. You're a rookie. They looked at you. I mean, you went through the whole.
He worked his ass. There's no doubt.
There's no doubt
like,
he did. There's no
he
doubt.
Didn't. His dad did not just get him in the NBA.
Yeah,
Come on, man.
Would he be drafted if he wasn't LeBron James?
Who knows? Who knows? I mean, who knows?
He fell to 55.
We can assume.
There's 4 picks left. There were 3 picks after him.
Yeah.
He fell all the way to 55. He averaged 4.5 points in his freshman year. He's coming off a cardiac situation.
I think everybody just knew not to touch him, especially if he went in the second round.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, this is where Rich Paul is like a David Falk. Remember him?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not comparing them two together because Rich Paul is one of the coolest dudes ever. I talk to him sometimes, right? But I actually do. I'll show you. I'll show you his contact on my phone.
No,
you
I
don't
totally
believe
you. Why would you tell me if it wasn't true? I totally believe
Just saying. He has influence. That's like Rich Paul, LeBron James, they have influence. This is why I know he's going, and I'm saying this for a fact, he's going to play some this year. He's going to get an opportunity.
Here's my thought. And Kenny Thomas is with us. It's kind of an extended kick with Kenny. I think the Lakers should second game of the year, whatever. Third, do it whenever you're at home.
Mm-hmm.
Mid-third quarter, run Bronny out there. Here's your history, father and son on the court.
Yeah.
Have him throw an alley-oop to LeBron. He gets his bucket. You got the video. He played 6 minutes. But then don't you think he needs to play in the G League and get better? Because he's not going to play with the Lakers. Do you think he is?
I hear that's what I just said. He's going to get an opportunity to play. Yes.
So what's more important to LeBron, do you think? Win another championship or setting his kid up?
Both. And winning a championship is always on the radar. That's why he has several right now, right?
Yeah, he's got 4.
And his son, giving his son an opportunity to make history again, to be able to play together. His son is going to get an opportunity. It's just a matter of when it's going to come. And I feel like with somebody like a JJ Redick being a younger coach, he's going to throw him in there. And there's going to be some conversations between James and JJ as far as his son's concerned.
How do you coach? All right, so you're JJ Redick. How do you coach? LeBron's one of your boys, right?
Yeah.
They're really tight.
Uh-huh.
And his kid's a rookie. How does JJ's a first-time NBA coach? How the hell is he supposed to handle this?
Well, he better figure it out and go along for the ride. I mean, he better go along for the ride.
Whatever LeBron tells him to do.
Bro, that's why I'm saying he needs to go along for the ride. There is a way.
It's LeBron's way.
And it's LeBron. Let's just keep it 100. It's LeBron's way, right? Yeah. And JJ, coming into the situation, I've heard some of the interviews, right? He's a grown man.
Yeah.
And obviously he's the head coach. So he's going to come in and say, hey, I'm the head coach, trying to let everybody know, like, hey, I'm here. But I feel like there's going to be a lot of situations to where I feel like the Lakers are going to be actually better this year.
And there's one other key component here, and that's Anthony Davis. And the Lakers have said Anthony Davis, our guy for the future, right? LeBron's here. He's going to opt out of his $51 million so he can get $162 million.
Yeah.
But
it's coming.
AD's their long-term future. And you've got to be really careful and caress it and not to leave him out of decisions and say this is all about LeBron's team. And then when LeBron's gone, now you're going to turn to AD. No, we loved you the whole time.
That's a great point. I feel like AD is a part of those conversations because if he's not, then he's not the guy that's supposed to be. Yeah, he's not the guy that they're saying he's going to be for the Lakers franchise. So he's a part of those conversations. And LeBron, it kind of goes back. Think about Miami. Dwayne Wade, LeBron, and Chris Bosh.
Yeah.
Come on, man. That trio right there, conversations were happening with Pat Riley and their head coach, right? So that's why Spoelstra just got his new deal, and that's why he's still there. I feel like JJ Redick is going to come in, and I feel like I'm not a Lakers fan, everybody, but my mentor is Magic Johnson, but I'm not a Lakers fan. But I feel like JJ Redick is about to come out and actually make a statement. I feel like the Lakers are probably going to be that caliber team, but I feel like they have a couple pieces.
Well, they got one in the draft. How about Dalton?
Oh yeah.
Them at 18?
Oh yeah. I was just about to say that. But they have some dogs that I feel like one or two guys at that like 3-4 spot that's hungry, that's gonna play defense. Defense is needed, even though we don't talk about it a lot because it's an offensive game now. But that defensive side is going to be able to lock up guys that have 2-3 guys on a squad now. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. I like Vanderbilt.
I do too.
Yeah.
All right. Before we get out of here and go to break, Klay Thompson and the Warriors. Is that over?
I like the fact that Steve Kerr said that he's our guy.
Okay.
He just said it the other day.
We want him back, is what he said.
We want him back.
Yeah, this is where. At what price?
This is where Klay's going to have to take a pay cut.
It's on Klay. Yes.
He's going to have to take a pay cut because there's other young guys that
Bob,
are
how do you feel
there.
about taking a pay cut, down to like from 45 million about, I don't know, 30 million? Can you handle that?
He's fine.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, so you can
Bob,
how do you live?
That'd be hard to adjust. I mean, come on.
How are you supposed to take vacation, send your kids to private school? I know.
Now think about this though.
I mean,
Allen Iverson was making $22 million when I was playing with him in Philly. And he was the highest paid on the team.
I know. Now dudes are making 50.
Now guys are making like 50-something million, but Klay was making like 40, 45, right?
Yeah, 40.
Now he's going to make like 20, 25. Man, take the money and shut up and stay where you are. He needs to stay right where he is.
Seems that way because that's what they want. All right, Kenny's putting together the TBT team, the Enchantment, which was the first game is going to be July 19th. They've got an exhibition at the pit, which is really important, and it's going to be a big celebration. I want to get into that, how you're putting this roster together. You're all the way up to a 3 seed. Look at the respect that you're getting now.
It's about time.
We're going to talk about the Enchantment and the construction of that roster and the big benefit. Well, it's not even a benefit. It's a celebration of life out of the pit coming up on the 16th of July. Kenny Thomas is in studio. Gato Roberto is in for JJ. I'm merely Jeff Simbieta on 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports App.
Like live music? Sure you do. What?
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
What's going on, Lobo Nation? Ja'Cory Krosky-Miller here.
And I'm Devin Dampier. The Lobo football team is going through some changes, but we're here to stay.
We'll put in the work on the field and in the weight room, but we'll need your help off the field.
505 Sports Venture is leading the charge in the NIL space.
And you can be part of it.
Shorty, she better than all my intentions. Locked in, shorty, you got my attention. CEO, baby, I get you the business. Touchdown and pay you a visit.
Hey, look, it's Dwight Goodman.
This place is hot. Let's see if anyone needs my help. How about I drive you madman home, huh? I got this, Dwight. I'm the designated driver. Boom. Sweet. Does anyone need Dwight's help getting home tonight?
No thanks, Romeo. I've got a taxi all lined up.
Drive safe, Dwight. Boom. Boom.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
These days, it's important to know people and businesses you can trust. There's a lot of places where you can buy a vehicle, but there's only a few local dealerships where you'll find honest people who have your best interests in mind. And Fiesta Kia is one of them. We've been helping our neighbors save money and drive dependable cars for years, and we'd love to help you. With new Kias arriving daily, you'll love our selection and the peace of mind you'll get driving a Kia from Fiesta. So stop by and see us today at Fiesta Kia on Lomas, or just start driving now at fiestakia.com.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is Pro V. From pros to prep. All your favorite action.
Can't hear me. There we go.
Yeah, now I can. You want a hoe?
Yeah, let's do it.
Give me a hoe if you got
Bob, you gonna hoe?
funky bus fare.
Like a no JJ hoe. That's good, man. You can hoe.
I'm getting better.
The funny part is watching you.
I'm trying not to laugh. That's funny.
Kenny Thomas is in, the former Lobo great. He's head coach of the Enchantments, the TBT team. He is the New Mexico Sports Hall of Fame. By the way, dude, what a crop of former Hall of Famers that came out for the 50th anniversary. You were there. One of my favorite parts was you lifting your former high school coach up onto the stage, Jim Hulsman. Just a cavalcade of stars to celebrate the 50th class that went into the New Mexico Sports Hall of Fame.
Man, it was good. It was a lot of people in there, obviously. Did you see those medals they gave out to past inductees? Those are actually cool for the 50th anniversary. Had my name on the back of it and my class of 2012.
You turn
when
the
I
other
got
side
inducted.
without the paint, it looks like Darth Vader.
Oh, yeah, it was actually pretty cool. I mean, you did an amazing job as usual, but I love the fact that we weren't there for 5 hours.
Yeah, I got it done in 2 hours and 45 minutes and eight speeches and all the other stuff in there.
Amazing.
That's a lot. It was over at the Albuquerque Convention Center. They did a great job over there. And great place for events. So, no, it was a good night. All right, you've got the TBT is coming up here in 3 weeks. That is the national tournament, the basketball tournament, winner take all $1 million. This is the 4th year of the Enchantment?
4th year.
All right, you got a 3 seed. There's a little bit of respect. You're going to Houston. You're going to play a group of former Boise State Broncos.
Can't shake Boise State right now.
We got Max Rice, too.
Oh, yeah.
We have to shut down that shooter. All right, so you like your team?
Yeah, actually, I do.
All right, so I'm going to give people an idea. Bryce Alford, Scott Bamforth, who's just been so good, the former Del Norte star. Joey Brunk is in this year. Christian Cunningham from the Cibola. J.R. Giddens is playing again. LG Gill. Anthony Mathis is coming back. Isaac Mushila, who played last year for the Lobos. Troy Simons. Jacob Wiley. So you got some size.
Yeah.
Joey 6'11". You got some size. You got some shooters. You got a ball handler or two.
Yeah.
You like your team?
Oh, yeah. It's going to be nice to mix it up with Bryce, Mathis, and Scott. I mean, and then it's going to be one of those things that I don't really care who's going to bring it up, because based off of the movement and the action that we're going to have, because I want them to just go, because these guys know how to play basketball, right?
How much time do you get to like decide what you're like? You run a 3-day training camp, or what do you do?
I mean, it's kind of the guys are going to start coming in, I think, the 14th, 15th.
All right, and then play that exhibition on the 16th.
And then the exhibition on the 16th. So we'll have about 3 to 5 practices before we leave on the 19th, which is good, because normally we only get like a day or 2, right? Just depending on what guys' schedules are and what they have going on and if they're still playing, right? But the thing on the 16th, it's going to be cool, because we're going to have our Enchantment team playing against some of the ex-Lobos, former Lobos in general. But once again, it's a celebration of life for those guys that have passed away in the last few months.
Yeah, it's been rough. We've lost Ruben Douglas, we've lost Drew Gordon and Greg Brown over the last few months. So your team is going to be Team Gordon, because Drew played on the Enchantment. The other team will be Team Douglas, and you're going to have the Greg Brown 3-point shooting contest.
Yep.
It's been tough, man, and everybody associated with Lobo basketball had some sort of interaction with these guys, and I know you did too. And I know you got together with UNM basketball and UNM athletics and to go in the pit. People are going to be able to come out and see, and this is one of the big events of the summer now. It's kind of turned into it to see the Enchantment team and the other Lobo alumni team, and a chance for you. Have this all come together?
Well, Brandon Mason, he's that guy, right? Yeah. He decided to do this It was one of those things to where he reached out to me. Michael Cooper was actually supposed to be the head coach. And then something happened with Coop to where he couldn't do it, right? It was just an honor to be able to be a part of it. And then he asked me to be the head coach, right? And then...
Did he ask you to play first?
Oh, yeah. I'm like, that's not an option. Yeah, I'm good. But after the first year, we lost in the first round because we had like a 20-something point lead, right?
Who was it? It was against Gottlieb's team,
yeah.
Oklahoma State.
And then we lost, and then because of the rules and everything, and then we got caught up in that. And it was one of those things to where it was nice the second year to be able to come back and play
New Mexico State
against New Mexico State in the pit, to bring something in the summer for the people here that are in the community local that love basketball. Now we get another and then we skip a year, and then we go, and now we get another chance to come back and play.
Well, last year
and
we
do
went to the
something
Sweet
in the
16.
pit. Yeah, but I was saying as far as UNM, as far as doing something at UNM in the summer, right? So I really love the fact that how there's something going on in July in the pit. I feel like I just did an interview on Channel 13 about it. I feel like we should have this continuously going on to where maybe we have this alumni game or something going on in July just for
I'll tell you
the
one
summer.
of the best things I saw there, and I don't remember how many years ago it was, when they did, it was the second year where Cam Barstow put together those games, and it was the Lobo alumni versus Aggie alumni. It was the best New Mexico State game I'd seen in a decade. It was an intense
Once again,
game.
that was B. Mace again. I think he was the first one to do that. But, man, those guys impacted this community very much, and they did a lot for Lobo basketball, man. And it was one of those, all three of these things were kind of, they were really rough because they kind of came out of nowhere. And we were all, those guys were still like young, even though Greg Brown was like early 50s.
Man, he's young.
But the fact that his daughter made a comment, that she wanted to come back and play at UNM because of her father, and she was able to do that before he passed away. So she's actually playing in the game as well. So it's one of those things, man. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm just happy to be a part of this community and Lobo basketball.
No, it's a big deal. So it'll be on the 16th, and they're going to announce here soon how you can get tickets for that. As far as assembling the enchantment, and I know Craig Snow's coming back. He's an assistant coach at Evansville now, and he's coming back to help with this. But assembling this team, is that mostly Brandon?
Yeah, it's Brandon. Yeah. It comes down to guys that are actually can play if they're not playing somewhere or doing something else. I think he's done a great job of like just bringing the different guys together and knowing everybody, right? I think Tony Snell's even coming. I think for the event on the 16th. So
can this count towards his NBA eligibility? To get this pension for crying out loud.
It's crazy, man, but it sucks because
what was he like a few games short?
Yeah, yeah. They don't care, man. It's a business, and it all just depends, right? But the nice thing about it is Tony made a significant amount of money, so he should be taken care of. But yeah. Why not, man? Because
the healthcare and all the stuff that you get, it's in your family.
Yeah, you get the 10 years, you're pretty much taken care of forever. Yeah.
All right, what do you got going on? What do people need to know because they need to follow you at Kenny Thomas NBA on the socials?
What do I have going on? I was supposed to. Unfortunate situation with the fires down in Rio Doso. I was supposed to have a basketball tournament this weekend down in Roswell. We probably had about 150 teams, but hopefully we can come back and do that in August. If you paid attention, my partnership with the Bernalillo County and ACS, stay tuned. I think we're doing another block party event in August. Labor Day weekend, stay tuned for that. I have my 3-on-3 tournament coming up with the Sleda. We're looking at having it in the parking lot. So we're going to have some community representatives there from the county, the city, and some other stuff too. Yeah.
All right, follow me, Kenny Thomas NBA. He's all over the socials. Every once in a while, rumor has it he's at Barrelas on Friday mornings, but he's with big. Like that's where all the power is.
I appreciate that, man. Yeah, and then the people over at Barrelas, man, Jerry and Mike, they totally take care of me and those guys.
Appreciate you coming in today. I know this wasn't necessarily scheduled until yesterday. But,
for you, come on, man. For you, and then I get to talk about all my stuff. And one more thing, September 14th, my golf tournament at East Sleda. I got Michael Cooper coming.
September 14th.
Yeah, which is a Saturday. I got Michael Cooper coming. He's with the Boys and Girls Club up north. Michael Cooper, Clayton Shills, Royce Only, David Gibson. I might have some Niners coming too. Yeah.
All right. Appreciate you. Have a good weekend.
You're big time. You're the Mr. New Mexico Bowl.
That's a whole nother
I'm
story.
trying to be like you.
Don't do that. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 670 Sports Animal.
Congratulations to Jeff Symbieta and Jay.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
What's going on, Lobo Nation? Ja'Cory Krosky-Miller here.
And I'm Devin Dampier. The Lobo football team is going through some changes, but we're here to stay.
We'll put in the work on the field and in the weight room, but we'll need your help off the field.
505 Sports Venture is leading the charge in the NIL space.
And you can be part of it.
Try this shit better than all my intentions. Locked in shorty, you got my attention. CEO, baby, I get you the business. Touchdown and pay you a visit.
A burglary takes place in the United States approximately every 15 seconds. International Protective Service is your answer for commercial and residential security in all of Albuquerque. IPS will work with your monitoring company for fast, reliable response times. You can rest easy knowing you, your family, or your company is watched over by International Protective Service. Call International Protective Service today.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
If you're drunk, blasted, intoxicated, ripped, plastered, destroyed, bruh. If you're like this, you shouldn't be driving.
Young driver, this one. Hard to get her out. She'd been drinking. This one. Both of them gone. They'd been drinking, and he drove clear off the road. This was my family. Drunk driver hit us, and my wife, and our daughter, they didn't make it.
Hi, I'm Steve Stucker here for Dr. Robert Melendez and the Juliet Eye Institute. You may remember me like this, but no more. The glasses are gone. I tossed them months ago because of a brand new procedure from Dr. Melendez known as RLE, Refractive Lens Exchange. The latest technology, the best eyesight I've ever had in my life, and you can check it out by clicking on the link in the description right here.
Hi, my name is Daniel Chavez, and this is my business partner, David Chavez. We are the owners of Indeed Safety. Indeed Safety is a local safety consulting company helping our clients with their safety needs for their projects.
One of the things we pride ourselves as a construction safety company is helping our men and women in construction get home safe every day to their families. Indeed Safety is a proud supporter of ProView Network.
We aren't all born with the same opportunities. But it's the people who care that change everything.
Get ready, Sprout, get ready!
My coach, my teacher, my older sisters, my grandma.
505-246-0610 if you want to get in. Bunch of free agent signings in the NBA that guys who did not get drafted. Finding a place to go. You'll probably see a lot of these guys in Summer League. One of the names that I know is going to jump off the plate to you is Isaiah Stevens, the point guard from Colorado State, who was so good at Colorado State. He signed a free agent deal with the Miami Heat, and he'll play in their Summer League. Keyshawn Johnson, who played at San Diego State and then at Arizona, signed a 2-way deal. You might see him in the summer as well. Bunch of guys that are signing, but those two I thought would be of interest to you. 505-246-0610 and 888-922-0610. That's how you can get here today. Emails this morning, Jeff at sportsanimalabq.com and JJ at sportsanimalabq.com, but JJ's not here. Gato Roberto is in for JJ today. Got up early today. I almost said, are you here tomorrow? You probably are. But
yes, I am.
What do you do on what's your Saturday shift? News Radio, KKLB.
A lot of it is kind of like babysitting all 8 stations that are on the floor.
Is that right?
Yeah. And then I do have a live show, usually
midday, right?
Saturday, 3 to 5, Double J, which is a different type of talk show. I'll tell you that.
Aren't we all different?
Well, yeah, but this one is really different for radio.
All right.
So
that's good.
It's fun.
Right.
He picks on me a lot.
Why?
Because I'm here. That's okay. I've learned to give it back.
Insecurity complex for him to be able to pick on you?
No.
Man, you're good people. Why people got to give you a hard
time? It's just Double J.
All right.
And I give it back to him.
As you should, I hope.
Yes, I do.
All right. So that's your weekend, huh?
Yeah. And then as soon as we get off of here, I have to run home, grab the wife, and go over to our oldest daughter's house for a belated birthday/Father's Day barbecue.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
That's a good day today.
Yeah.
Actually, a really good day.
Yeah. And the other daughter will be there with the grandkids, and we're going to have fun before it gets too hot.
Yeah. It's only going to get up to 92 today.
Only.
Is what the experts are telling me. Only up to 92.
Yeah, but what's the humidity?
I don't know. Who do I look like? Joe Diaz? I mean, he's a Hall of Famer, man. I'm merely me.
Okay. Well, you
merely me. Yeah, I get it. I'm comfortable with it. Don't get me wrong.
So
I'm fine.
Oh, humidity is 64% at the moment out at the airport.
64. That's good. That's a lot, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Then it plays tricks with my hair.
That will. Let's put it this way: your swamp cooler is not going to work.
You know what? It kind of does.
It blows air, but you're not going to cool.
So I got 3 of them, and the one on my level in my bedroom.
Yeah.
It actually makes my room pretty cold even when it's raining.
Oh.
I mean, I don't know, and that one's pretty good. Maybe just because it has to cool one room. I don't know.
Is it in the shade? Well, you said at night. So. No, I mean, but on the roof. But is it shaded?
Well, at night it is. Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I jumped to after I said it.
At night it gets pretty shady. Yeah. All right, here's stuff going on this morning. Got all this is a big deal, and it is, but it's not unless you might be affected because if you were part of this lawsuit, a U.S. District Court has ordered the National Football League to pay $4.7 billion with a B, $4.7 billion in damages. The court ruled that the NFL violated antitrust laws in distributing out-of-market Sunday afternoon games on premium subscription service on DirecTV. I didn't hear any of that, Bob. It didn't come through. This is the whole Sunday ticket thing. So the lawsuit covered 2.4 million residential subscribers and 48,000 businesses in the United States. I don't understand this one. And I don't know if you're going to be part of people who get paid, and I am. The NFL argued that, NFL Sunday ticket is expensive because it is a premium package. It is a premium service that you can get the NFL product over the air. Fox, NBC, CBS is all free over the air. And then basic subscription on ESPN. But they're going to appeal $4.7 billion in damages to the residential class, $96 million in commercial. They could be liable for $14.39 billion with a B dollars. It's insanity. And although I might be a beneficiary because I bought the Sunday ticket over the last bunch of years, I might get some money back. I don't get it. Maybe a lawyer could help. I don't know. Rudy, good morning. You're on the Sports Animal. Hi, Rudy.
Hey, I can help you out there, but, I'm not the plaintiff's attorney there. Boy, if I was, talk about cashing in.
But doesn't it sound like, why? Like, they sold the premium service. You could still get, it was an option. It was an upgrade, right? You could still get football.
The NFL is going to appeal that, and I didn't follow the case closely enough, and you know how lawyers are. If I don't know enough about it to say something, I'm just going to pass. But we'll see what happens. I know at one point the judge was really after the plaintiff's attorneys and wasn't happy with them. So who knows if there's reversible error, in the way the jury was instructed or what was instructed. And what'll happen is they'll appeal because they have the money to appeal because they're the NFL. And somewhere down the line, there'll be a class action settlement. And then, this thing will be put to bed. I think for the consumer, what upset them is they just didn't have any choice. If they wanted that, they had to buy it. That's the main thrust of that complaint. But you know why I called?
Nope.
Is to encourage, and maybe somebody will call Monday and say, you know what? I listened to Rudy and he's right, and went out and bought Lobo football season tickets. Not, I'm going to go to a game. Go out and do it now and buy some Lobo football season tickets. Because, first of all, you only have to commit to 5 Saturdays, right?
That's all there are. Well, I would say 6 with the Isleta New Mexico Bowl, but that's and you can opt in. That could be part of your.
Let's throw that in because that in my wildest dreams could come true, and perhaps New Mexico could earn.
Well, I think you should go no matter who's in the game, but that's just me.
Sure. Well, I've done that 19 times, so why would that change?
No, you
but I was specifically speaking about Lobo football, but I'm glad you corrected me. I really hope that what's going on will somehow resonate. And I know, because I've heard it from people already, well, this is the same old thing that they've... No, it's not. I don't think we've ever hired a coach disrespected with this much experience. Can you think of anybody? Not even Joe Morrison. Morrison was going to be successful, but he had only been a head coach maybe 2 years at Chattanooga before he took the job here and turned this program around. Rocky wasn't the head coach, although he turned into a good one. But Bronco is the only one I know that has a winning record and a streak of bowl games and everything else as a head coach before he came to New Mexico.
Yeah, there's something to that. Yeah. Yeah.
So maybe somebody will call Monday, Jeff, and say, you know what? I went out and I bought Lobo football season tickets. I want to hear somebody say that because I got mine. And I'll be there every home game that I can be there to support the Lobos. Been doing it since 1962. Why would I jump off the bandwagon now?
No doubt. All right, man. Enjoy the weekend, and maybe somebody will call on Monday and say that.
Okay.
All right.
Take care.
See you. All right. Let's wrap it up when we get back. I'll get you everything you got to know as you go through the day. 505-246-0610 is how to get here. You can send emails, Jeff at sportsanimалabq.com. Everything you got to know as you go through your weekend. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 670 Sports Animal.
This is Former Science.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
What's going on, Lobo Nation? Ja'Cory Krosky-Miller here.
And I'm Devin Dampier. The Lobo football team's going through some changes, but we're here to stay.
We'll put in the work on the field and in the weight room, but we'll need your help off the field.
505 Sports Venture is leading the charge in the NIL space.
And you can be part of it.
Try this shit better than all my intentions. Locked in shorty, you got my attention. See your baby, I get you the business. Touchdown and pay you a visit.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
I was born in New Mexico. I grew up on these streets. I got in trouble here, and I fought my way back in boot camp. I love New Mexico, especially the people. Now I'm using my training, tenacity, and energy to fight for you. I'm Adam Oki, lawyer, fighter, and New Mexican. I was a local athlete here in New Mexico, so I'm proud to support your local athletes.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
Teenagers love a party, especially during prom and graduation season. Often, alcohol is involved. Some parents think that hosting a party with alcohol in their home will keep the kids safe, but it's wrong and it's illegal. As a parent, to allow your teenagers' underage friends to consume alcohol on your property is a felony. Parents who host lose the most. Don't be a party to teenage drinking.
This is a program of the Drug Free Action Alliance. For more information, go to burnco.gov/do-not-host.
Hey, look! It's Dwight Goodman!
Boom! This place is hot. Let's see if anyone needs my help. How about I drive you madman home, huh?
I got this, Dwight. I'm the designated driver. Boom.
Sweet. Does anyone need Dwight's help getting home tonight?
No thanks, Romeo. I've got a taxi all lined up.
Drive safe, Dwight.
Boom! Boom!
Seriously? You expect me to drive while you aren't wearing seatbelts?
What's the worst that can happen?
Seriously? Buckle up.
Okay.
Thank you.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone.
The sports animal.
Well, right about now, I usually tell you what everybody's going to be talking about as you go through your day. I don't think I got necessarily anything for you. I mean, probably going to be that debate, isn't it? No matter how much brawny talk you want to give to me, I'm going to guess it'll be that debate.
What debate?
Yeah, that's right. 505-246-0610. Here's what you got to know as you go through your day. LeBron James Jr., known as Bronny, was drafted 55th overall in yesterday's NBA draft, the second round. He is a Laker and will join, assuming his daddy re-signs with the Lakers. LeBron James Sr. can opt out of his $51.2 million option, which he will by Saturday, and then sign a 3-year, $162 million deal. Or he may, if he takes the no-trade clause, it costs him $1 million a year. So, Bob, it'll only be $159 million.
Wow, that's chump change at that point.
Well, in California with taxes, I mean,
yeah. So by after taxes and that, he'll have what, 40 or 50,000 a year. I've heard about California taxes.
A day.
No, for the year.
Well, no, I think it'll end up being about 50% or something, like 40-something%. So
this is a case where hyperbole really works.
Yeah, I imagine. If you're making $52 million a year and you bring home 27, 28. Can you live on 28 million a year?
Oh, I could.
I mean, a couple million a month.
Yeah, well, that doesn't go very far in California.
It kind of does. Yeah, I think it's a little hyperbolic. You can live just fine on a couple million a month, even in California.
Okay, if you say so. I have not. You've been there recently.
Yeah,
I have not been
even
there.
in California at $5 gas, you can live at a couple million a month take home.
Wasn't that what it cost for a 2-bedroom apartment?
Close. But you get a roommate.
No.
A couple million a month. Too many Christmas. All right. USA loses to Panama, men's national team in the Copa America. Tim Weah, United States, got a red card. That means he was asked to leave, ejected, early in the first half.
He was a bad boy.
Yeah, and so his team had to play one man down. Panama got a late goal, and they beat Team USA 2-1. Next up is Monday, Uruguay, who is considered to be the best team in Team USA's group, and they most likely will need to win that match to advance through the group stage into the knockout round of Copa America. But that'll be on Monday. Big weekend. You got the Isotopes at home this weekend, Western night tonight, Duke's night tomorrow night out at the Ball Yard, and you get the Hall of Fame induction for Mike Scioscia. Cowbells are given out tonight.
Yes, more cowbells. First 3,000 fans.
Yeah, that'll be super early though, because they got like a concert at 5
Yeah.
o'clock.
Be a great night to go.
Would it?
Yeah. They're going to win tonight. Yeah.
Well,
with all those cowbells going off, they have to win.
I know we're going tomorrow, and then Audra said, I want to go on Friday for Western night. I'm like, really? Okay. So we may go tonight and tomorrow.
Okay. I think there's fireworks tonight, too.
Oh, yay. We may not make it to fireworks. A lot of times we but it's not a school night, right?
No, it's not.
I can sleep in tomorrow?
Yeah.
You know how much I love sleeping in on Saturday? Like I can't even explain to you. When you get up, when we get up,
yeah.
I mean, I'm no Bob Clark. I don't have to get up that early.
Yeah. Well, we still have to get up early for this show.
Yeah. Yeah. I firmly look forward to it. Oh, and the the Toronto Raptors signed Emmanuel Quigley, or at least agreed to a 5-year option and an extension with Emmanuel Quigley for $175 million.
I'm sorry. Fireworks
tomorrow.
are tomorrow. No, yeah, fireworks are tomorrow, not
yeah,
tonight.
That's what I thought. I thought you were spreading rumors, but I wasn't.
Well, I was.
I figured you knew what you were
inadvertently.
talking.
I'm just so excited. Because when I get to do the game, I can see the fireworks from here.
Can you really?
Yeah.
All right. You doing the game tonight?
Not tonight.
Tomorrow night?
Tomorrow night, yes. Problem is, they do the fireworks right during the highlights show. So I could see them if I can.
How many highlights do you put together per game? Like you put everything. And how do you let Josh know what's coming?
Well, I email him what I do.
All
Obviously, any scoring play.
All right.
A really good defensive play, I'll put in as a highlight.
I like when you produce. Like I've done Lobo basketball and you produce.
Yeah.
When I fill in for Robert Horton.
Yeah.
Over on News Radio King.
Yeah. So basketball, it's a 3-point score, a good steal that results in a score. Sometimes a good steal that may not result in a score.
So you actually listen to the game?
Yes, I do.
That's insane.
Yes, it is at times.
I mean, I think it might be a bit of an anomaly amongst producers.
Well, if you're going to pick highlights, you have to listen to the
don't
game.
you?
Yeah. And especially with basketball, sometimes they come really quick.
I'm waiting for the schedule to come out, but I might get a game or two this year.
Oh, cool. Okay.
I enjoy doing those.
I'm not sure what my schedule will be for that.
You'll get my game. I'll request.
Okay. Thanks.
Not that I have any pull around here, believe me. I know what my status is around here.
Me too.
I'm well aware of who I am and who I'm not. But my name is still in the open, right?
Okay.
Yeah. And my name's on that trophy right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. All right. Watch the free agent tracker over the weekend. You'll get that. United's on the road. The Gladiators are home. So you got all kinds of options this weekend. The weather should be good. You can get out and play a little golf or run or do the pickleball or the tennis or whatever it is. I've seen so many tennis courts that have been turned into pickleball courts. Like pickleball is the thing.
And I have not explored that one yet.
I haven't either. And I don't even know how you score. Like, is it scored like 10? I have no idea. But I look at it and I'm like, I can do that.
That's why it has become so popular.
Because everybody looks at it and says, I can do that?
Yeah, that's what I've heard. I have not looked at it, so
yeah.
I don't know.
Hey, one clarification on that NFL story. So you were saying the main issue is because it was limited to DirecTV. The only place you could get the Sunday ticket was DirecTV. You had to be a DirecTV subscriber.
From the news story that I heard, that was part of the reason for the decision.
Yeah,
was that it was only available through DirecTV.
Yeah, the league's going to appeal.
Well, yeah.
That's
how many billions was it?
Well, it could end up being like 13 billion.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, money that you start going, what are we?
And who would get that?
Well, I think it would go back to subscribers. I'm not sure.
So what? $5 a year that you paid for it,
dude? Let me just tell you something. That ain't $5 a year. That's like a $400 to $500 package. Like just to get that.
But by the time it's all said and done, you'll get $5 a year for it.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's the way it usually.
Well, I mean, that's a lot of $5 if they're paying out $13 billion.
Well,
right?
How many people bought it?
I mean, a lot of people buy that service. I don't know. I'm looking for those numbers, and I don't see them anywhere. I just flat out don't. But I mean, so DirecTV had the Sunday ticket package from '94. Dude, that's a lot of years through 2022. YouTube's got it now. So if it started in '94, we're talking about 29 years worth. All these people paying $300, $400, $500, whatever the cost increased to over the year.
Well,
I mean, you start doing the boggling math on it, and let's just say 5 million people subscribe to that per year. I would offer that would be really light. And that's one hit you take at the beginning of football. Look, you like football, you're like, whatever, man, I'm just going to take a hit. You lay out $1,000 as football starts. You're joining your fantasy leagues. You're buying Sunday package, whatever.
Well, that's your hobby, and that. But the only real winners in this is going to be the lawyers.
Well, they always win.
Yeah.
Thanks to Kenny Thomas and to John Traub and to Nick Nee. They were all with us today. Adrian, great work all week. Terrific week over on the visual side. Thank you to Gato Roberto for getting up early. Thanks, man. I always enjoy you being here. Thank you for getting up and coming in and covering today.
It's always a pleasure.
Jim Rome Show is next. The Herd with Colin Cowards after that. 2 Men On is in at 4. Then you get Isotopes Baseball against the Bees. We're back on Monday with award-winning radio. We will start at 7 a.m. Have a great, safe weekend, boys and girls. And please be good to each other. Be kind, loving, caring, and sharing. We'll smell you Monday.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Teenagers love a party, especially during prom and graduation season. Often, alcohol is involved. Some parents think that hosting a party with alcohol in their home will keep the kids safe, but it's wrong and it's illegal. As a parent, to allow your teenagers' underage friends to consume alcohol on your property is a felony. Parents who host lose the most. Don't be a party to teenage drinking.
This is a program of the Drug Free Action Alliance. For more information, go to burnco.gov/do-not-host.
We here at Clark's Pet Emporium welcome you to bring in your pets. We know that having your pet with you makes the experience of shopping for them even better. And we welcome you to bring your kids also. Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
What's going on, Lobo Nation? Ja'Cory Krosky-Miller here.
And I'm Devin Dampier. The Lobo football team's going through some changes, but we're here to stay.
We'll put in the work on the field and in the weight room, but we'll need your help off the field.
505 Sports Venture is leading the charge in the NIL space.
And you can be part of it.
Shorty, she better than all my intentions. Locked in, shorty, you got my attention. See your baby, I get you the business. Touchdown and pay you a visit.